Nice to see you.
You too.
You going to London?
No.
Oh. Yeah, a little scary, huh?
A tad. And of course, everybody's on high alert. So.
Is that right? We're on high alert now?
Yeah.
All right. Got to beware of Al-Qaeda with hair gel.
Yeah, or pop cans.
Is that the deal, Steven?
That is the deal, yeah.
Beware of any Al-Qaeda drinking soda?
And toothpaste or anything like that, yeah.
You don't like Mountain Dew. Give me that.
This feels like rocket fuel.
Is that the story? It's all liquid now? All these bombs are liquidized? Liquefied?
That is really, really...
What does that mean? How can you have a bomb that's made of liquidy substance? How is that possible? The modern technology.
Wikipedia? Liquid bomb.
Oh, geez.
Liquid bombs.
That is kind of scary, though, that you could probably look it up and it can tell you just how to mix it up.
Bomb101.com, something like that?
Something like that.
Right. Steve, you're in the newsroom.
That is right.
What have you uncovered this morning with all this breaking information that apparently the Homeland and the Overseas United Kingdom Security has foiled quite the advanced little plot there by the Al-Qaeda.
Yeah. Well, they don't know if they've got everybody yet, but they made 21 arrests.
21 arrests.
One.
And they were going to blow up planes from the United Kingdom here to the United States. Using, as you said, liquid. So you can't even take liquid here in the U.S. on planes anymore. No toothpaste, no nothing like that.
You can't take toothpaste.
So
No.
3-week vacation, no brushing your teeth.
Well, you could check it.
You have to check it.
Yeah.
Well, why is it any better if you check it? Oh,
Yeah, I don't know that, but
You can't detonate it, hopefully.
why can't you detonate it?
Well, you can have a remote control or something.
Yeah, that's how would they they would detonate it by hand?
Probably, yeah. Just
put it together and go,
Squeeze it really hard.
Yeah.
Light a match, you go.
So you got to check your toothpaste.
Yeah.
You do, yeah.
And your
Or
shampoo,
buy
your
some more when you
conditioner.
get there for $1.
Right.
Either
No
way.
kidding.
Or you could buy it, at the gift shop, on the other side of security.
Yeah.
I've never understood that about people. They pack so much. It's like normally you're not going to Oshkosh. There are stores there. I always say that to my wife. Where'd she go like recently? She went somewhere and I was just like, they have stores where you go.
Right.
What if I need a Band-Aid?
You can buy stuff.
Well, then why do you take clothes?
Well, because you don't want to do a major shopping spree when you get on your vacation. Where did you go?
For those toiletry items,
Yeah.
they're easy to pick up.
But you can take baby formula and medicine, and on the baby formula, they may make you taste it to make sure that it's real.
Oh, my
Right.
gosh, seriously?
Baby formula shots right there on the security line.
Yeah.
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, more Enfamil. Come on, down it. Come on, what are you, pussy? Wolf it.
And the medicine, you have to be the one who it's prescribed to.
Is that right? So Rush Limbaugh's in big trouble.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
is.
No boners for Rush.
Oh, boner free.
Yeah.
Well, this is all very interesting. It sounds like good news to me, doesn't it? I mean, people are waking up scared and everything, but this is the best news that you can get, right? When Homeland and the security in the United Kingdom has done the job and apparently foiled the big old plot there, or what?
Well, yeah. I mean, because they've been knowing about this little plot for some time, right?
They were following the progress of it and were waiting on the right moment to pounce.
Okay, everybody, on the count of 3.
Well, when they could get the ringleaders behind it, that's what they were waiting for.
Okay, they're all having brunch right now. Let's move in.
As soon as he butters the croissant, go.
Jeez. That's what it was? They're waiting for all the big timers to come in?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it was pretty close to happening as well.
Yeah, I know. Taking a risk by waiting for those ringleaders.
Yeah, cut.
Oops, you're a day late.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Get him on the way to the airport. Lots of traffic. Where is he?
Damn, the flight's on time, too. Okay, well, this is a happy day, you can look at it as.
Yeah.
Although people are going to be afraid to fly now, I'm sure. They can get liquid on plane. Yeah. It's a little...
Well, I guess you won't get any soda or anything anymore for your 5-hour flight. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Too much mousse in your hair. You can't fly.
Yeah.
You know you're going to detonate that dew of yours.
Right.
Luckily, I won't have that problem.
Oh, yes. Good morning, John.
Oh, so early? Whoa.
Oh, John. A John.
Double John.
A bonus John. Jean? Okay.
Guess not.
It's his best call ever.
It was his best contribution to the program in a long time.
Kind of refreshing in a way. Just hearing nothing was great.
Right, and if he were on, he would tell us that we're late for a break.
Yeah.
That we need at this time to pay some bills.
After these words.
Hate that expression, by the way. That is so overused now in radio and TV. We got to pay some bills.
So we'll be right
The
back.
first person who said it was kind of clever.
Sure.
Then everyone after that, it was just nauseating. We're going to step aside and pay some bills, and we'll be back.
Oh, I get it. Pay bill. Yeah.
We got a lot of bills here at the radio station. They're just sitting there on the desk. And thankfully, now we can pay them.
The T-Man. Cube 93's.
We'll soon see Suri, the baby born to Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. The couple hasn't released any pictures since she was born in April.
Right.
Cruise's ex, Penelope Cruz, says she's seen the baby and that, of course, she is beautiful. Oh, pictures out soon.
Oh, gee, can't wait.
She's seen the baby, and she couldn't stop vomiting.
Love to hear that.
Really?
How about somebody get some guts and say something like that about a baby? I saw the baby, and boy, was that thing ugly.
Man. It looked like every other baby I ever saw.
Right?
Are we really that excited to see that Surrey?
Apparently we are, yes.
Oh, okay.
You must not have got that memo.
I guess I didn't. Must have deleted it.
She should have said, I'm just surprised he had sex with a woman.
Terry, what else is going on in the world, please? What else do you have there besides the very interesting, exciting / frightening news of the day?
Well,
That being the breakup of the potential Al-Qaeda plot,
yeah.
which apparently is now involving liquid bombs. Liquid bombs.
Well, ESPN...
Do you understand the physics? Have you, has the newscaster of the program, Stephen, investigated the physics so you can explain the concept of the liquid bomb to us?
Oh, get on that. Yeah, I don't understand it myself. I mean, I did watch MacGyver back in the day, but
Right.
Well, you know, he could make anything explode with a...
But I don't think even MacGyver would try to make liquid explode, Terry. How do you make liquid explode? How do you make liquid go kablooey?
I think it's the thing that they're putting in the toothpaste tube.
Oh, it's the tube itself? It's not the liquid?
I think that helps it. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a combination of stuff.
All right. No, nobody knows, apparently, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not a bomb maker, so I don't know.
Phew!
You guys don't have the Anarchist Cookbook? It's a big seller.
All right. Well, I got it in paperback, but...
ESPN Sports Center anchor Scott Van Pelt is in the news this morning because apparently he met a woman at a bar recently and then left her a message on her voicemail. And I think we can get the audio. Apparently it's not as dirty as Pat O'Brien's.
Well, no one will ever eclipse Pat O'Brien, Terry.
Right, that is true.
But it's pretty lame, nonetheless?
It's pretty lame, yeah.
It's pretty serious? It's pretty graphic,
Well,
or no?
it's not necessarily graphic. It's kind of
See, now I
dorkiness.
Now I definitely want to hear this because it's a damn shame that some guy like Scott Van Pelt, who I've never really even heard of, all right? I'm sure I've seen them on SportsCenter, but I'm not sure which one they are. There's so many of them now, and they're so all the same. There's no standouts. Like, you got your Stuart Scotts, your Chris Bermans, and you used to have your Dan Patrick and your Keith Olbermans. All right, those were the ones that stood out to me. Now all the rest of them are all the same.
Right.
All right?
No, I hear you.
They're one guy, as far as I'm concerned. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, so Scott Van Pelt, whoever he is, and all the others that are just like him. Steve Levy, I happen to know personally.
Yeah.
He doesn't like music. But
Oh, is that the guy?
that's the guy, yeah. Just by coincidence, the story I told you yesterday. Yeah.
Right,
Doesn't
okay.
like music when he was
All right.
Anyhow.
So now we'll look at him totally different when we watch
Yeah,
it.
I don't like music. Anyhow.
I do like highlights.
Yeah, he certainly likes highlights.
But anyway, yeah, this
Loves ice
Scott,
hockey.
I
this
bet.
Scott Van Pelt. So
My point was, the damn shame a guy can't meet a guy in the girl in the bar. And depending what he's into, I don't know. And then not leave her a message without getting all embarrassed by the media because he left something gooberish because she turned it into like some tabloid show or something like that.
Well, but the thing is, especially after Pat O'Brien, you would think
You gotta
that
be
you
on
would
guard.
learn.
Well, it depends on what he left. I want to hear what he left. If it's just a message where he's just trying to get some ass, I mean, give the guy a freaking break, would you please? He's a single guy, right? Or is he married?
I don't know anything about him.
I mean, no one is ever going to leave a message that gets any more graphic and eclipses the magnitude of this call.
Saved message Sunday 9:04 p.m.
On a Sunday, no less. Supposed to be a day of rest.
Hey, You're so hot. I want to suck your.
Whoa.
He wasn't saying suck your toothpaste, Terry.
No, I know that.
I'll tell you that right now. All right? He wants to suck something else
Yes.
that Scott Van Pelt wouldn't even dream of.
I don't even think Scott Van
Doesn't
Pelt
know where that is.
Mhm.
Suck your. Fuck dirty Jew.
Mhm.
Off your
It's a
face.
big downgrade from suck your bleep, okay?
Right, like
Because usually
what?
you start with a nice lick or two.
Sure.
He's going straight.
For it.
Mhm.
And the fact that he wants to talk dirty, you are
I know. That's the
talking
other
dirty to
thing.
me right now.
What would you call this then?
Oh, this is only a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, wow.
Fuck dirty Jew. Off your face.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Get another woman up. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke. So you get this message. If you agree with this,
Oh.
just look at me and say yes. God, you're so hot. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Scott Van Pelt's bush league compared to this, too.
Everybody is.
Yeah, right.
But I want to just make you crazy.
Oh, jeez. I think you kind of already are.
Make you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Convince Betsy that you're into her. I want you guys to make out.
Poor Betsy, an innocent party, Terry, is now being thrown into the mix here. He's going to watch them make out.
So you get this message. If you agree with me.
Yeah, we heard that part already.
I don't want my phone this big message, by the way.
Yeah, that's going to make it tough, by the way.
We can have any of these.
She could be like, yes, yes, yes! I've said yes a million times now!
Yep, she never called back.
Damn, I guess I'm not going to get the sucker bleep.
Let's just have sex and fun, drugs. Eat. Go crazy. Bye.
Pat on in 5 minutes.
Pat O'Brien, you're late to makeup, Pat? Meanwhile, the guy still has a career.
Oh, I know.
Still going strong.
Yes.
Still bringing you all the entertainment news of the day.
Absolutely.
Like as if nothing happened.
He's honest. He's telling you what he wants.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, and he went on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil made them all better.
Married man with children doing this to a coworker and getting away scot-free. Sitting there with his porn star mustache every night as if nothing happened.
Coworker and Betsy and the hookers. Oh, man. It wasn't just one girl, you know. 3 girls involved that aren't his wife. That's great.
Probably a landslide winner of any election he runs for.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing. So Scott Van Pelt, we can get that audio?
Yes,
Pasty,
we're
why are you
trying.
sitting in there in the dark this morning?
I actually am writing an email right now about that. I don't know.
It doesn't work.
Oh, so you have no access to lights this
I
morning?
got no lights, no.
Poor.
Do you think maybe they're sending you a message or giving you a sign of some kind by turning out your lights in there?
That could very well be the case.
So you can't put on any lights?
I wish I could, yes.
Maybe we have to take a break to pay the bills.
Wow.
Slowly, each studio goes down.
Goes dark, yes.
I'd have brought you my Coleman lantern if you'd have said something.
I can't see you in there, Pasty.
I know, it's kind of
Can
weird.
you start blushing?
I can't see.
Be a red beacon.
You okay?
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm okay.
You want to put a flashlight up to your chin?
Might help.
In a Blair Witch moment?
Yeah.
Hmm?
You got a flashlight, that'd be spooky.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa, spooky.
You're not spooked out just being there in the dark, or what?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You're all right.
He's used
You're
to
comfortable
that.
in the dark.
Yeah,
Like
that's
his
his
apartment.
apartment.
Yes. Yes.
Come on in, see what happens.
Wow. Is that how you remember it, Kendall? I mean,
Oh.
Emma, whatever your name is.
Full lights on.
Full lights, yes.
Oh.
'Cause he pays the bills.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of commercial breaks in his house.
Someone does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. The mogul.
God.
All right, so you're not
damn.
you don't have any problem sitting there. You don't have any problem sitting there in the dark.
I'm okay.
You pay all your bills?
I pay all my bills.
Mm-hmm. You sure all of them? Be
Yes, I'm
honest.
sure all of them.
All right.
All by
Really?
yourself.
There's always one you don't pay. Come on, everybody has one.
Yeah, the rent.
The big one.
All the ones that come in the mailbox, except for those.
Oh, jeez.
You can get away with that. We'd never even know what's going on behind the glass this morning.
Oh, God, that's so creepy.
It's extra creepy seeing it come from the darkness, Terry.
Yeah.
That laugh coming from the pitch blackness of that room.
Did you try the switch, or is that...
Oh, thanks, Steve. You're like an engineer now.
Oh, my
That's what they're going to say to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave it a whirl.
So what does your email say? Why don't you read us your email?
Subject is lights out in the T-Man studio. And...
So we just tried this one
Hot
for you.
shot had to give it a whirl.
Good.
this is to Vern I sent it to. And
Do you
I
need
said,
to write any more after the subject?
Not really, no.
All right.
No. I just said, not sure if I should tell... if
Lights out in the T-Man studio really isn't accurate because we're sitting here in perfect brightness, but you're behind the glass. You should put the producer's room or something.
I get more specific.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they won't rush to action if it's just the producers.
Oh, I see.
Right. See, if I
It's
put
the
T-Man studio in
T-Man
there, they're
studio.
coming.
T-Man
good.
pissed.
Get here now.
Not sure if I should be telling you about this or not, but the studio lights in the producer studio of the T-Man studio are out. That's studio a lot, isn't it?
Studio.
Studio. Oh.
But my
Yes.
lights in the producer studio of the T-Man studio are out.
Uh-huh. All right, how many studios are out now? Oh, only just one? Sound like 6 or 7. Go ahead.
That's all I
That's
have.
all you got.
Isn't that an engineering thing, though,
probably
not
not.
the computer?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
why
why.
I'm not sure if Vern's the one to send it to. I'll send it to Kelly.
Yeah, you're sending it to the IT guy. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
He trolls everything?
Yes.
More or less.
Yeah, he
Watch
does.
your CC Powers and put more on his plate.
Oh, jeez. Careful, though.
Hey, let's not throw out the baby with the bathwater here.
Yeah, powers delete.
Well, I got your email. I'd like you to come into my office, see where your head's at.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. That's
Powers.
exactly
Ain't no power in the studio. How'd you make that happen? Powers.
Live up to your freaking name! All right, well, you'll have lights on by, I would say, at least 3-4 weeks, no more than that.
Yeah.
All right? Sweet. Okay.
That'd be nice.
Let's see if it's done by tomorrow.
Okay.
It's going to be a real...
It's pushing it.
Yeah, I would say no.
You can smoke in the dark now. No one will know. It's perfect.
Oh, we'll see the glow of his cigarette.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, right.
The T-Man.
6 states in India now have partial or full bans on Coke and Pepsi. The government is afraid after a report claimed drinks made by those companies contained pesticides.
Nice.
Coke and Pepsi say their products are safe.
Well, look on the bright side. If they don't have pesticides, then don't worry, they'll explode. So, either way, you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that story came out on the news last night. Now this morning, we're hearing about all these liquid explosives. You can't even bring a can of Coke or Pepsi on a plane anymore because of the news of the morning. And if you're just waking up... Thank you, Terry, for the sound effect that makes everyone realize what waking up sounds like.
You know.
If you're just rising and shining...
This crap again.
Stephen Kilbreth will now get us up to speed of the news of the morning. Go ahead, Stephen, in our newsroom.
Oh, yes, in the newsroom. Well, they arrested 21 people who were allegedly going to blow up airplanes from the UK over to the U.S. I did a little research on the liquid thing. They think that they are only thinking that it's liquid bombs because they banned those substances on the planes. So it kind of makes sense. But also in England, you can't take iPods, cell phones, or laptops or anything like that.
You can't bring an iPod on a plane in the UK?
They're thinking they're using those as the trigger, the
Wow.
detonators and things like that.
So basically, it's getting to the point where you have to ride naked on a plane with no carry-ons whatsoever.
Well, in England, there are no carry-ons whatsoever, yeah.
England doesn't allow carry-ons on planes?
Right now, I mean, as of today, as of this morning for right now.
Wow. Just you, yourself, and you.
Yeah.
Nothing in your hands, nothing in your sleeves. Nothing in your pockets. Stripped down to nothing. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Just in your panties.
300. Well, Stephen, you can keep your panties on. 300 passengers on a plane. All nude.
Whoa.
It's got to be one hot one, right? I mean,
Amongst all of the cottage cheese ugly ones.
sort of worth it.
Okay.
Just to see one.
I'm in. Actually, kind of makes sense they don't allow iPods on planes. I mean, that sounds like something that can easily be
Use
transferred into a exploding device.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
did you see on Letterman when they dropped the Mentos in the Coke bottles and they exploded? So they
No,
just say
I-
common everyday things can cause explosions.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
You're a big Letterman fan still?
I do occasionally catch a David Letterman program.
How are you able to do this while going to bed at 7 p.m.? I'm just trying to know.
I actually do TiVo it, so
You
I can watch
TiVo Letterman?
Weasels like East Coast feeds, actually.
Well, I have East Coast feed, too, but I do TiVo it because I'm in bed even before the East Coast time starts at 8:30. So.
Oh, my gosh. Really?
Man, you must TiVo like everything.
I do TiVo a lot of things.
Wow.
I want to stay connected. I'm
You
like
have,
Pasty Dave.
you have a whole list of recorded shows, don't you?
I do, yes.
On a regular basis.
I keep my guy busy.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
You're a TiVo guy working overtime. I mean, you give him a day off here or there, let him go out and explore the world, or what?
Well, Saturday.
Next thing you know, he's going to start demanding more pay. TiVo guy.
TiVo guys could go on strike.
That's right.
Yeah, I don't want this guy to go to the gym. Why is he always home?
He never leaves.
Well, maybe I'm exercising in front of the TV.
Yeah, I'm sure. You're doing crunches, no doubt.
Thigh master. I'm
Captain
sure.
Crunches.
Captain Crunches.
Bunch of crunches.
Yeah.
Bunch of crunches.
Terry, what else is going on in the world besides that breaking news we just heard of?
Well,
And pesticides and soda.
according to the National Enquirer this morning, Josh Duhamel, sorry about that, apparently is no longer with Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. I guess he's just not ready to settle down,
No.
which for him, that's a good thing because he's still pretty hot. So
Is that right?
yeah, he can get a lot of chicks.
Don't settle down until you lose your hotness.
But then again, Fergie too.
made
A
a
lot of
mistake.
guys are all over Fergie, so you know.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
But you like him? He does it for you, or you're just speaking
Actually,
in a general sense?
He's a good-looking white guy.
Ah, wow, she's got to footnote it.
Jeez, that's
Good-looking
sad.
white guy.
Well, because most people automatically assume that I can't stand white guys.
And well,
because
now you've just confirmed that more by
No,
having to
I
point out
just-
he's a good-looking white guy. You didn't say he's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking white guy.
I said he was
Which-
hot initially. I said he was a hot
Yes.
guy.
When can
And
we
he
bring down
still
these
get it
racial
done.
barriers, Terry?
Look, we tear down the walls.
You stop doing it, Stephen, I guess. I
Bad
don't know.
Asian.
I am a bad Asian. I'm a bad American. I thought we already established
Well, we've
that.
been trying to snuff you out, but you won't drink your soda. Anyhow,
Fergie was hot till she peed her pants. Now I'm out.
A couple of times, not just once.
Stephen's dropping Mentos into your soda from the floor above.
From way above. yeah.
All right, so they're not together anymore because he's too hot.
Well,
And if Terry Free likes him, then obviously he's got a universal good look.
I don't know if he's got a universal, because Emma back there in her little skull cap is saying no.
That is literally a skull cap.
I know.
She's got a bandana on with the skull and the crossbones all over her head.
Yes. Apparently that's hot in the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, jeez. She saw it in Cosmo?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
See,
No,
I knew that could have been your
didn't
own
see it in
style. Why don't you
Cosmo.
come out with your own styles?
You
Why don't you make
did.
your own trends? Why don't you be ahead of the curve on what the trends are going to be instead of following a little too late? Huh? Answer me!
I love it. Got the whole Johnny Depp little pirates thing going.
Well, I never heard Vinny the Pooh just say in the background, ugly.
Yeah.
You don't think her bandana with the skull and the crossbones is looking good, even if it is
Absolutely
trendy? Is that the summer look?
I guess
The
so.
skull and crossbone bandana
Oh, yeah.
on her head?
You know,
The
with
ugly
whole-
look.
That's coming from a guy with lights on his belt buckle.
Right.
I mean,
But it's my own thing.
At his diamond grill.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you wear that at Summer Jam? You didn't even have the guts to pull that off, did you?
Oh, no, I did.
You wore. I didn't see you wear it at Summer Jam because he tried on his grill, his
Oh, really? See, I didn't see him.
snap-on grill.
Yeah.
No, I
He
did.
tried it on here in the studio or around the office hallways a couple of days before Summer Jam.
Yeah.
But when I saw him at Summer Jam, everyone laughed at him in the hallways. I didn't see him with it in, so I think he got cold teeth.
No. I wore it in, yeah.
When?
I wore it every stage I was at.
Every stage.
So when you got on stage where no one could actually see you, the one time people actually couldn't see you
Well,
was
I
when you
mean,
were
I'm
on
not going
stage
to wear
mixing.
it the whole time. And
When you were
having
walking around, you didn't. When you were mingling and meeting and greeting, you didn't have the diamond grill in, did you?
I mean, no, I took it in and out. but-
Well, you should have put a rubber on your head. Then you would have been cool.
Should have put a skull and crossbones on that rubber, Steven. So, what magazine did you see your skull and crossbone bandana in that you had to have your own?
I don't think I saw it in a magazine.
Whatever.
I think I just saw. I think I saw it in the magazine after I.
Oh,
Oh,
after you
yeah,
bought it.
you're
Right.
I
the
saw it at the store, and I was
right?
like, "Oh,
just
it's
rip me
hot."
off again, Cosmo. That's all you do.
All right, what magazine did you see it in after you put it
I really
on?
don't remember. I'll have
Jack
to
Hole
search.
Weekly.
I
What made you
don't-
decide to wear it?
I saw it at the store and I liked it a lot, so I decided to wear it. And then I saw it in the magazine after I got it.
After you got it.
She said, "Oh, good, I'm in."
What magazine was it?
You know?
Can't
You
No, I
said
really
it.
don't know.
Terry
I think,
seems to know,
I think
like he told
I
her or
said
something.
Cosmo, but I don't think it was in Cosmo this month. I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
what you told Terry. That's why she's going with Cosmo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You said, "Did you read this month's Cosmo?" When I asked you about it.
So you asked her about the bandana?
Yeah, I go, what's a bandana?
And she said, well, if you know what's going on, Terry, if you read Cosmo, you know it's in.
Yeah.
But I don't think. Yeah, I said Cosmo because that's usually what
Is that how you decide what to wear? You look at
Come on.
You look at Cosmo and you go shopping?
Nah.
I do.
Yes.
So is there a picture of somebody in there with a scarf around their chest, too, like you had yesterday?
Oh, I know what's up. I think she was trying to be a sailboat for a minute.
I know, Jesus. Like, boy, sure windy.
All right. What else is going on, Terrence? What else is happening, please?
This is actually kind of interesting. According to Parade magazine, they did a little poll, and they
what are they wearing at Parade, Terrence?
all kinds of things.
I love Parade.
Great magazine.
In the poll, they were asked. They asked people to name the celebrity they'd most like to see disappear from public view. And guess who it was?
Paul, you should have won for the 12th straight year.
No.
It's already happened. Their wish came true.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton. Mm-hmm. Is the celebrity people would like to see disappear the fastest.
Yes.
Actually, Paris Hilton has kind of endeared herself to people, I would say, over the past number of months with her video, her single that actually surprised people with its decency, with it being relatively decent. I mean, you thought it was going to nauseate you, and it just didn't. At least not me.
Well, let her sing it live, and let's see what happens.
I mean, she's no Hulk Hogan's daughter, but still.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, don't knock that song.
Oh, I haven't heard Paris' song.
I've heard Paris.
Brooks' voice.
Don't be surprised. I haven't talked to Flowers about this, but don't be surprised if you hear Hulk Hogan's daughter's song on this station.
Really?
That's right.
Really?
It's that good.
Wow.
It's that good.
I've seen the video.
It's that good. Yeah. Well, I know you watch Hogan Knows Best, and she shot the video.
Oh, I saw it way before. I'm dialed into Brooke Hogan. Part of the fan club.
But let me just put it this way.
Yes?
Other stations in this country that are Cube-like
Yes.
are playing Brooke Hogan's song.
Whoa.
So she's kind of
That I know.
R&B-ish type.
She
Hip-hop-ish?
I don't know if
It's with Paul Wall, her song, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I just know the Cubish type stations, like, what would those be in Boston? It's, what's the station? Jammin' in Boston? Jammin'. They're playing it, and you got, what is it in L.A.? What's in L.A.? Kiss in L.A. Well, Kiss is not totally Cubish. They're more popish. They play a lot of pop stuff. They play a lot of Kelly Clarkson and stuff like that. But a lot of Cubish-like stations.
Whoa.
Playing Brooke Hogan.
Wow, really?
Apparently, Eric Flowers, who makes most of the music decisions around here, until I say otherwise, because I usually don't really dabble into that stuff. He leaves me alone, I leave him alone. But if I march into his office and say, play Brooke Hogan, you're going to hear Brooke Hogan.
All right.
But I'm thinking, without even me doing that, sooner or later, he's going to feel the pressure to have to play this highly demanded song.
Wow. Cool.
We had like the biggest producer in the business, but I didn't think it would actually be good.
I don't know if it's good, but it's being played.
Wow.
I haven't heard it enough. I've heard it maybe once or twice, and can't even think of how it goes right now. But
because I was just going to ask you. So
I just know it's being played.
Right.
Don't be surprised if it's played on the station soon.
If you'd rather see somebody, live in concert or whatever, if they did a tour, would it be Paris or Brooke?
Oh, Paris. I'd see Paris first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't need no Brooke Hogan with Hulk in the first row ripping his shirt off. I don't need that.
Paris in concert. Oh,
I'm seeing Paris in concert. Yeah.
But who's going to sound better live?
I mean, I'm not going to either one, Terry.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe I'm going to Paris.
If Drink My Own Blood is the third option, I'll do that.
If Bang My Balls with a Hammer is the fourth option, I may go that route.
Wow. Really? All right, then.
Andre the Giant's daughter has an awesome song.
No, wait a minute. I would take, he's joking. Terry thinks he's serious.
I know.
I would take Bang My Balls. I would take Paris Hilton's concert over Bang My Balls with a Hammer. I just decided.
I think so.
How hard of a bang?
If listening to Swagger for 24 hours is an option,
oh, man.
or going to Paris Hilton's concert, I would Bang My Balls with a Hammer.
Thanks.
How are you, Schwags?
I got 3 hours of sleep. My mom showed up at my apartment at 12:05 last night. Go through her stuff. So I barely got time to study for my finals.
She has no regard for you or your life.
Nobody in my family does.
If there's something you desperately need at midnight, never good.
Where's
that pipe? I know what's in here.
Is it under the bed?
Yeah, never good.
And as for the college girl there, you don't always have to go mainstream. I don't go mainstream.
Oh, and look how far he's come in life.
Right. When you're getting advice from Schwager on life,
and clothing.
Yes.
Jeez, people.
You know, maybe you've taken a misstep in your world there. But why are you calling her the college girl? You know you want her. You know you've already asked her out. You know her name.
He asked her.
Well, I'm not sure which name to use anymore.
Either
you
one
guys
is...
come up with like 30 different names.
No,
Which
we
one
have
is it this
two.
week?
It's Emma, or most people refer to her as her formerly given name that we've used on the program, and she's not fooling anyone. But who cares? Anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure Hotshot has 12 new ones for her.
The fact that the people she's been asked out by this summer have been Schwager and Greg the Internet Guy is not necessarily the most ringing endorsement for how Emma's social life is going.
But hey, she's looking forward to that single senior year in Arizona.
Well, anybody's better than Ogre.
Are you sure?
You don't know what you're talking
I'll
about,
just-
Schwager.
You shouldn't say that.
When we call you,
Loves him.
or when you call us, or when we get in contact with you, a month and a half from now, 2 months from now, in your senior year of college, you're going to be a single woman?
Yes.
You're going to be single all through your senior year?
Well, unless I find someone else, but I'm not going to be going back to the ogre.
Mm-hmm. Well, you shouldn't find anyone else. Senior year should be spent completely single.
All right.
Bring another guy back to your dorm every night.
Yeah, and wait, you don't know how my social life is going, because just because I don't get asked out by more dysfunctional family members on the radio doesn't mean that I haven't been going on dates.
You've had a just chock full of dates this summer, so we don't. All we've heard about is the invitations by Schwager and Greg the Internet Guy. But what you're saying is you've been getting tons all summer long from much more high quality guys.
Well, yeah, the days that I wasn't working 20 hours, I was going on a couple.
All right,
dates.
tell us about some of these dates then, since you brought it up. What kind of dates have been going on?
You know, going out to dinner.
What kind of dates have been going on with great guys that you're unable to? You can turn down Schwager's invite without feeling like you missed out on anything.
Well,
Schwager, listen up. Let's hear who beat you out.
None of them were anything like amazing.
Well, let's hear about it.
Really
Let us
couple
be.
days.
Let us be the determiner of that. What, who, how, when did you go out, and what happened?
Well, I've just met a couple guys around, and I've gone on a couple dinner dates.
And when was the last one you went on?
Oh gosh, last week.
Been that long?
No, last week I went out to dinner with someone.
Last week you went out where? Where did he take you?
What's the one down in Carolyn Point in Kirkland? Marina.
There's Kachina there. There's
The
the
Marina-
Yarrow Bay Grill,
Yarrow Bay Grill.
Beach Cafe.
Yeah, there.
Your beach cafe in it?
We were beach cafe in it.
You and your little Dave. He
Yeah.
took you to the beach cafe?
Yeah.
He valets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long walk across the parking lot.
So he valets, you get out of his car.
Well, we were down on the boat, and then we went to the beach cafe.
Oh, he docks, and you get off and go to dinner.
Oh.
So you were on his boat, just you and him?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Wow, he makes big money,
lot of work.
big money, no whammies.
goodness.
Or somebody in the family does.
So you're telling me you and him were on a boat sailing to dinner?
We were out on the boat for a little bit, and then we went to the
You're
beach
willing
cafe.
to get
It
on.
wasn't like
It's obviously, if not the first date, one of the first dates you've been on this guy with, right?
like
What's the
third.
first date? Third date.
Third date.
And you're getting on his boat by himself? Didn't I tell you that story about guys I know in this area that when you get them on their boat alone, if any woman is unfortunate enough to be on a boat with them, get lured onto a boat with them, they basically rape them?
What?
On the
You've
high
never told me
seas?
this story.
On the high seas
Like
of- yeah.
Washington?
On the high seas of Lake
is
Washington?
so high
Yeah,
seas.
especially you gotta watch
No,
out
let's
those
go
butt
back.
pirates of Lake Washington.
That's why she's wearing the skull cap.
You're more than willing. You're telling me you're more than willing to just jump on a boat with a guy in the middle of Lake Washington by yourself, just you and him, no other outsiders.
No, not anymore, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Well, you did that.
I
Yes, sir.
did. I've done that.
Wow. And you didn't put out for him?
No.
Risky.
Sweet kisses? Nothing?
No.
But this is the third date? Oh, jeez.
All right, so you get to your destination without being raped, and lucky you. And you get off. He extends his hand to get you on the dock safely. You grab a hold of the sweaty palm there, and you jump onto land, amongst other things. You go over to the beach cafe. You sit down, and what happens next?
We got our drinks, and then ordered a little dinner, and then we left, and he dropped me off at home.
He dropped you off? How did he drop you off?
Oh, in the truck. What? He drove me home in his truck after we were at the...
You sailed back to his truck?
No. His car was in the parking lot. We went on the boat for a minute.
How was his car in the parking lot?
Well, the boat's probably at a marina.
A marina,
It was docked
yeah.
at the marina.
All right, I don't understand what's
They got the boat up on the whatever
All right.
it is.
All right, so he drove you home in his truck. And then what?
And then I got out and went inside. Wasn't a big
Who
deal.
is this great guy? What does he do?
She
That we
said
didn't
he
hear
wasn't
anything
that
about.
Well,
What does he do? What's his name? Tell us about him. We're excited. We thought it was only Schwager and Greg the Internet guy you were asked out by this summer. Now we're hearing otherwise. I want to hear what this guy is, who he is, what he does.
Just someone I met at, work.
That's your other job.
Yeah.
You have 3 jobs this summer. One is this one where you're interning.
Mm-hmm.
One is nannying.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't
was
think
the husband?
I don't think you got asked out of the nannying job, did you?
Definitely did not.
You didn't get asked out at the playground while you were supposed to be watching the kids, right?
No.
Okay. And the third job is you're a waitress at a restaurant in Kirkland.
Yeah.
So
And
you
bartender.
allowed yourself to be asked out while on the job as
no.
a server.
Well, no, I met him at work, and then I saw him again later, and he remembered.
Whatever. Any woman that
Right.
lets you ask her out on the job while she's being a server, Terry?
Yeah.
Bullseye. Easy. Easy, boy.
It was later.
Nick?
It was not when I was
See, she
serving.
knew where I was going to go with that before I even went there, Terry, because
Right.
she's anticipating now.
Yes.
So she made sure, before I even had a chance to get that out, to say, no, he didn't ask me out on the job. He waited for the restaurant to close, and he was waiting for me outside with a big bouquet.
Makes it better.
Whatever.
That's
I
not
bumped
what
into
happened.
him later.
I bumped into him
right.
later.
I did.
Where?
Yeah.
Around the corner at a bar.
Because that's where she sent him. Hurry, wait for me around the corner at the bar. I'll be there right after work. I love this.
Guy takes you on his boat, and it's a third date. He's expecting a little something out of you.
Wow, and he got it.
He didn't. Not even a kiss.
It's a lot of work for him.
That's a way too much work.
You mean you and him went Christopher Cross sailing? And he didn't get anything?
It's probably a motor, but sailing works. I don't know.
You can play Sister Christian because you're motoring.
So how did he ask you out? Okay, the day of serving is over. You're taking off the apron. You're washing up. And where do you see him? You see him, you go down the street to the bar down the way, and he's there?
He was there, yeah, and he
With a
came
big
up
smile?
to me, and he's
Yeah.
like,
When it comes-
"Oh, do you remember me earlier from work?" And I was like, "No."
Oh,
I
baloney.
right.
didn't
remember.
I didn't recognize him, but
Uh-huh.
and then
So basically he
we
stalked
hung out
you.
a couple times after that. We went out with a couple friends, and then one day we just went out by ourselves. But it wasn't a big deal. I mean,
And this was the day.
that was the last date I was on. It wasn't like it was like I'm not trying to make it a big.
But that sounds like a first date to me, not a third date.
Well, it was like the first solo date, but it was like the third time.
So the
that we
first solo
hung
date, you're
out.
alone with him on his boat in the high seas of Lake Washington, ready to be raped?
Right in the middle.
Not exactly.
How old is the guy?
My age?
54.
No.
He's 21,
Yes.
taking down his own boat.
His parents, but
Yeah. So he comes from money. Come on, Tina.
All right, so
Terry,
Dad drive the
what
boat?
is the deal? Always.
what's the problem?
Terry always talks about this.
Terry always what? She's
Oh, well,
always
you
nothing?
wouldn't hang out with anyone that didn't have money, or Daddy's paying for this.
Well,
blah,
if you're
blah.
not-
Oh my
If there's a bit of confusion, and let me make it very clear for you, Terry hates you. She resents, despises, and will spit on the ground you walk on. If you're having any confusion here, there's no illusions there as far as I'm concerned. Anyhow, back to the
But
date.
it's kind of true.
It's very true. I mean, I'm not lying.
Right.
I'm stating the truth.
No, but it's true that she probably wouldn't date a guy that didn't have any money.
Oh, I
That's
see.
not true.
You're not dating Schwager.
Mm-hmm.
You're not even giving him a chance.
Wow.
He went over to Pasty's house. He's loaded.
Come on.
And at the end of the day, Schwager could out-earn them all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Highly unlikely, but it's possible.
Schwager and G-Tick are going to have a slap fight to the death for you.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be on pay-per-view. They're both going to make millions. Anyhow,
You guys.
so this date didn't go well in your mind to the point where you didn't give him any action and you didn't accept another date after that.
Well, no.
And now you're going back to school. So why he even bothered, I don't know. Either he thought he was going to get
He's
some
going
serious...
back to school, too. I mean, it's not like a...
So either he thought he was going to get some serious ass that night, because why would he ask her out knowing that she's going back to school, he's going back to school?
Right.
that's
There's no
the only
connection.
reason.
There's no...
Why would a 21-year-old take her on his boat, throw expensive food down her throat, get her all liquored up to some degree.
No liquor.
You said you had drinks.
Yeah, I had a water and I think...
Drinks. You don't order water.
Yeah, you met him at a bar around the corner.
Why do you have to lie everything?
No, we honestly did not have drinks at dinner.
They have great water.
Not at dinner.
If you think you can lie to us with a skull and crossbones little bandana on, you better think again.
Did you have drinks on the boat?
My last day is tomorrow. Come on, give me a
But she had drinks on the
break.
boat.
See, everything that comes out of her mouth has to be gauged because she knows her family listens. So why did you bother talking to her?
I thought we changed her name so her family wouldn't know it was
I'm
her.
not gauging anything. I'm telling you the
Your family
truth.
doesn't know who this Emma is.
Right.
They're as fascinated as we are wondering what happened in this girl's Emma's life. So why don't you just tell us the truth? You were drinking at the bar, obviously.
No.
My question is, this guy miscalculated thinking Emma was going to, or maybe he didn't, and maybe she's lying about that.
That could be.
Maybe he calculated correctly thinking he was going to get big-time action that night, and he was not disappointed.
The striped shirt and the boat work every time.
So which one was it? When are you going to start telling us the truth? We obviously know you were drinking that night. So what happened?
I was not drinking. He must have miscalculated. I didn't do anything. It was fine. We're just friends. I mean, it wasn't like it was a big...
He takes you on the big sailing escapade over to the Yarrow Bay Beach Cafe.
We're cutting around in the
Sailing
motor.
escapade.
And you don't even give him a little tongue? Is that what you want us to believe?
Yes.
You don't even feel required to give him a little tongue after he breaks out Daddy's boat, polishes it all up, and takes you across the lake. You don't even feel required to give him a little tongue based on that.
No.
You gave him no tongue.
We had great conversation. That was all.
You
that
gave
we-
him no tongue.
I didn't. I promise.
I gave him other things, but no tongue, Tina.
Oh, come on.
Oh, a hand job doesn't count.
No, not at all.
It's a
That, I mean,
family
that's
show,
just
please.
required.
Where does
No,
he
I
go?
didn't, Vinny.
Where does he go to school?
What?
Where does he go to school?
USC.
So he's right across the border there of the state of California for you, isn't he?
Yeah.
He'll sail on over through the desert. Pick you up.
Remember me?
Kind of like a scene from Romance of the Stone. I don't know, I've never seen the movie. But anyway.
And then he'll go knocking on her door, and the ogre will answer and say, "Hey, she's back with me. Sorry."
So what do you think he was thinking? Well, why was he all inspired to take you on the boat and wine you and dine you if he thought that you were the good girl that you are, apparently? What was he doing?
I don't know.
What was his motivation
He must have
here?
been out of his mind, right?
Well, no, I'm asking you. Here's the chance to tell me, because I'm not getting it. You explain it to me.
I don't know.
What was he thinking? Why was he inspired to take you out like this?
Well, just because we had hung out a couple times, we had fun together. It was no big deal. We just went to dinner and then I went home. It was not.
He just wanted a dinner companion.
Did he pay for it all?
Yes.
Mm.
Obviously.
Oh, and where would I get the impression it's all about money?
Did he
with
get
you?
reimbursed?
Did he? No.
Barbara Hanker write him a check out of the accounting office? She expensed it?
No, I've been reimbursed in other fashions.
Non-monetarily.
He got no reimbursement whatsoever in any way, shape, or form.
Just my great conversation with him.
God,
It was
that's-
worth it, wasn't it?
Oh, man.
See, I believe she didn't put out, but she had to have kissed him.
No, I gave him a hug. And got out of the car. Oh, wow, I'm such a whore. I gave him a hug.
Just because you
Yes.
kiss him doesn't make you a whore.
Well, I didn't. I should have, right?
She's so defensive about it.
Very defensive.
Defensive.
Okay, well then, obviously, we know now that you had a very fulfilling summer.
Oh, yeah.
The best.
He was disappointed at the end of the night.
No doubt.
I mean, don't tell me this was the summer of your life. Was this the summer of your life?
It was the busiest summer of my life, but not the summer of my life.
What was the summer of your life? Now I feel slighted. I feel disappointed here. I feel the second fiddle to some other summer. I'm a big part of the summer, I would think, Terry, knowing that she was the intern here. What summer surpassed this summer?
Well, I mean, being with you guys was obviously the best. It
Forget
wasn't
now.
the best
Don't worry
social
about it now.
summer.
No, I'm over it.
It was
but
a great working summer. I had a great time.
Which summer was the summer of your life?
2 summers ago, probably.
What happened that summer?
It was just a little less work and a lot more fun. But this summer
Oh, so
was
you're having no fun around here is what you're saying.
we're boring.
Oh,
We're not
no.
fun.
Cut
I've
it
been
off
having
now.
a great time around here, but I just haven't been having it outside social life that much. I've been working a lot, but it's been a lot of fun. It's just not been.
But what happened 2 summers ago that was so wowie dowie? What happened?
Wowie dowie.
What happened a couple of summers ago? What'd you do?
Season past the wild waves. It was awesome.
Woohoo!
Tell me about that wild and wacky summer there.
Well, it was right after my freshman year in college. It was my first year here at the station. I was also interning up at the Sonics, and it was just really fun.
Well, that sounds like just as much work and not as much play as you had this summer. So what was so great about that summer? What happened? Something major must have happened that summer. Give me the highlight of that summer. 2 summers ago. What happened? Got nothing. You've had a lot of boring summers, back to back to back to back.
No, I haven't. I went on a couple vacations, and
Oh yeah, where'd you go on vacation that summer?
we went to California.
Ooh.
Wow, never been there before.
No, but we were to Crescent Bar a couple times. It was just fun. I did a lot more.
Terry just takes needless shots.
Whatever.
Is that when you first met your old boyfriend?
No, it wasn't, Stephen.
I'm just wondering.
I'm still trying to.
You don't need to get on me.
It was
I'm just asking.
single summer.
I'm still trying to figure out what was so great about that summer as compared to this summer, and I'm hearing nothing.
Well, this summer, I got an average of 3.5, 4 hours of sleep every night because I was working a lot. So that summer, I actually, had time to go out with my friends. And
So that summer was the best summer of your life because you got to sleep.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm asking you, and you're still not giving me any
No,
clear...
I just went out a lot, and we had a good time. I don't know.
You were able to go out more.
Yeah.
And this summer
hang out with my friends, do things.
And this summer you worked more at nights.
Go on trips. Yeah, I worked every day this summer, pretty much.
At nights you were always working this summer, and that summer you were able to go out almost every night.
Because you weren't cut off that summer.
This summer you were 21, though. That summer you weren't.
And this summer I worked every night, so I never got to go to the bars at all or anything.
But that summer you did, because you had a fake ID and you were more than willing to use it.
It's a lot funner to drink when you're under 21, though.
Yeah, it is.
Once you're 21,
All right, there it is. Well, that explains that. You're able to go out as opposed to working, and that would make it a better summer. But still, the summer of your life still must be on the horizon. I'm hoping.
I'm sure. I hope so.
The summer of
I hope I
69
haven't
was a good one for me.
Whoa.
I don't want to think you peaked based on what I've heard so far.
Yeah,
be pretty
it's
lame.
not much to write home about.
Well, I'm not saying it's tragic, but you're still hoping that the summer of your life is
Coming
not in the
up.
rear view mirror, right?
Yeah. I have a whole another 6
Okay.
years to look forward to.
All right. I'm glad you spent some of the summer with us.
Me too.
Yes.
Glad we didn't pay for any meals for you.
So unfulfilled, wouldn't you guys be?
Take a little boat ride this afternoon, though.
The T-Man.
Clayton Bennett says he's more than optimistic he'll keep the Sonics here with a new home to boot.
Right.
That I am convinced that we can be successful in the development of a world-class arena concept.
Yeah, but if we can't, we'll move it to Oklahoma City.
Right.
Yeah.
He's already setting the framework, Terry. So that in a year, maybe 2 max, he'll be able to step up to the microphone and say, yeah, we tried everything.
Yeah.
We worked hard with all the people around this area, and nothing was able to be produced. So the only option we can think of is to move this team to an area that is being very accommodating to us, that being my home area of Oklahoma City.
Right.
In fact, where I already built an arena.
And just by chance happens to be #1 on the expansion list for NBA franchises.
Jeez.
And don't blame him when that happens. I've said that many times now, Terry. If I bought a team out of this state, if I bought a team in Oklahoma City, I wouldn't want to keep him in Oklahoma City. I'm a Seattle guy now. I'd want to move him here as quick as possible.
Sure.
Don't blame him. Blame Benedict Schultz, a local guy who owes to this area. You'd think he'd have some allegiance to this area. The area that made him billions of dollars, where he started this business that has turned into an enterprise that has become a global monopoly, basically, on coffee. You'd think he'd have some allegiance to this area. What does he do? He buys the local team, runs them into the ground, and then sells them! Toyota's gonna move them! Bastard trader. Turncoat. What's all that noise in the background, Stephen?
Well, it's a good thing I might be moving downstairs. There's some noise coming from the engineering room on the other side of the hall.
They're actually there this time of morning.
Wow.
No, I think there's just something that's turned up. There's no way they're here.
They're fighting over the banana bread somebody made.
God, there's banana bread?
Stephen will win that fight.
Headlock.
In the development of a world-class arena concept.
If you actually heard some of the statements that came out of the press conference, the one that John tried to weasel his way into yesterday.
Yes.
You heard some of the developments that came out of that press conference yesterday, Terry. You actually heard Clay Bennett, the new owner of the Sonics. Is that his name, Stephen? Clay Bennett?
Yeah, Clayton is what they call him in the newscast.
Clayton.
He actually came out yesterday and said Seattle is no longer an option for where the team will be for the future. He's already ruled out the most viable option for the Sonics staying in this area. He's ruled out Seattle.
Well, Key Arena, yeah, they're definitely not going to be in here.
Well, if not, they're not going to play in Safeco Field.
Right.
So where else? Basically, if you rule out Key Arena, you've ruled out Seattle.
That'd be cool with the roof open, though. That'd be nice.
Well, of course, you have the other two cities that say that they're willing to.
Yeah, those are much more far-fetched, Jerry. That's not as realistic as far as the Sonics staying for the long haul as it would have been if they could have worked something out with the Key Arena folks. All right?
Well, yeah. Okay.
That is a long shot. Well, Renton and Bellevue, come on. I mean, anything's possible.
Right.
But this guy is already setting the framework and is perfectly within his right. He bought the team fair and square from a guy who did wrong by us, who screwed us all so he could make a buck. When it came down to it, all the billions he's made from the business he started in the city, which you think would have given him some feelings that he owed a little bit to the city, in the opposite happened.
Mm-hmm.
He sold us out. For a buck. Bastard Schultz. It's about as sniveling as it gets, Terry. As low life as it can get. Have no illusions. And even if, so for some reason, in some miraculous way, Clay Bennett from Oklahoma City, where he was born, raised, and still lives, if for some odd reason he decides to keep this team in this area, it's no thanks to Trader Schultz. He handed the keys, he handed the franchise to a man who it all seems likely that he's going to move him out, so it would be no thanks to Howard Schultz if it happens to turn out to the contrary, but I don't think it will. I think this man is already making it very clear. He's already ruled out Seattle, that he's moving this team out of here, Terry. They'll play this season. They'll play 06-07 in Seattle, and then all bets are off.
That I am convinced that we can be successful in the development of a world-class arena concept in this area.
Bennett has...
I'll play that clip about a year, maybe 2 years tops from now. I am convinced that we can get a deal done, and then 2 years we'll fast forward, play them next to it, back to back. I was convinced that we could get something done, but apparently others around here weren't, so I have no choice but to move the franchise to where I wanted to from the beginning.
Right. It's nearly impossible to make happen what they want to have happen.
Well,
because there's too many venues already. I mean, that's part of the problem.
Meaning, I don't follow your logic.
Well, I mean, there's the Everett Event Center. There's all of these buildings that have been going up. They're remodeling the Tacoma Dome. So to say, okay, we need another arena, people are not going to vote for it.
Renton is more than happy to do that. And with a combination of private and public funds, like all teams seem to be doing these days, if he really was inspired to put the team in Renton, he has that control now. He can do that. But he's not going to do that. That's not what he bought the team for. He bought the team to take home, like when you go hunting and you bag the big one and you come carrying it back to your family and friends on your shoulders.
Put the head on the mantle.
Put it on the mantle. This is a big hunting exhibition for him, and he caught the big one out here in Seattle, and he'll bide his time, and then he'll bring it home and be celebrated in his homeland. Why shouldn't he? That's what I would do if I was him.
Bennett has already said the Key Arena is not an appropriate home for the Sonics, but he's up against a mayor and a city council who think otherwise.
I think the offers that we've made are good offers, and I think we'll just see how he responds to those. I'd like to see what he puts on the table.
Council member Nick Licata says the city wants the Sonics to stay.
Right.
The city's proposed kicking in as much as $148 million in public money towards a Key Arena remodel. But Licata says beyond that...
Yeah, we need 149. Okay, we'll go to 149.
Well,
we need 150.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that sounds like a lot of money. I mean, how much money do they need to redo the arena? Like $500 million? What?
At least.
Come on.
These days, they need an arena that'll be a multi-purpose arena and maybe attract a professional NHL team here, Terry.
Okay.
You need...
And so Key Arena isn't...
Your arenas these days are not just for sports anymore.
No,
They're all about shopping. They're all about multi-capacity arenas as far as dual sports, as far as professional sports go. Then you're talking about big-time luxury suites, Terry. It's not just about the game.
Right.
It's about before. It's about after.
All the accessories that go around
it's about
it.
Dippin' Dots, man.
You gotta have your Prada stores in your arenas these days.
Coach bags.
That's the money they're going to make on that stuff too, which they don't now.
The public won't support another stadium tax for Bennett and the other new owners.
They want a huge investment. The public's not there. I don't know of any politician that's there. And they have to realize what's a reasonable expectation.
Bennett says he met with Seattle officials on this trip, but no one from Renton or Bellevue, two other cities interested in landing the Sonics. However, Bennett says that doesn't mean he's narrowing his focus just yet.
We're meeting with everybody, and all options are on the table.
Bennett says he expects to narrow down those options in a matter of months. The NBA is expected to approve the new ownership deal in October, and Bennett says he should have a clearer picture of the future of the Sonics by the end of this year.
It's as clear as it needs to be.
Right. Done deal. Bye-bye.
He went shopping at the team store yesterday and went home and taped the words Oklahoma City in front of the Sonics all night long, Terry.
Yeah. He bought $1,300 worth of stuff.
Wow, he's really getting back to the economy. Here.
Thanks.
We're rolling in it now.
Yeah, we are.
He used his 40% employee discount, though, probably.
Key Arena area is going to be a ghost town soon, but he spent $1,300 in that area.
Yes.
Again, don't blame him. He didn't do anything wrong. Local man had control, but sold out the city. End of story. What else is going on?
Well, apparently Nicole Richie was spotted at an L.A. club recently, drinking tequila, dancing on tables, and giving guys lap dances. And then, what was so nice about it is that she puked right on the dance floor and just continued along with her drinking and stuff without, nothing happened. She's just falling apart again.
Wow.
Poor girl.
Not exactly the ballerina girl that Lana once sang about.
No kidding. Also, something that's kind of interesting. You know those little,
No. Yeah.
Okay, compilation CDs? Now, that's what I call music. Volume 22 is number
Up to
one.
Volume 22?
Yeah, they are. And it beat out DMX's new CD, Year of the Dog.
DMX is making a little run here?
Yeah.
Make a little comeback?
Well,
Give it
he's
a little shot?
trying.
Okay.
But getting beat out by compilation CDs.
Those compilation CDs sell like crazy, Terry.
Huge, I know.
Even in the day of the download, when those CDs come out, gotta have it.
Yeah, because it has all your favorite songs.
Yes. Or at least two of them.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson.
The T-Man.
Parents, if you're worried your daughter is overweight, don't criticize. It could scar her for life. 8 out of 10 college women with poor body images say their families made negative comments about them when they were young.
Nice.
In most cases, it was...
You really need to be eating a donut. That's all it takes, Terry.
No, I know.
That's
I
all it
used to hear
takes.
things.
His dad looking at you.
Right.
His chubby daughter saying, you really need to be eating that donut.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's scarred for life. She becomes a slut.
A fat one at that.
A fat slut.
My favorite.
Well, there's a lot of benefits, yeah.
Well, and it's not just from your dad. It's like from anybody in your family.
Chubby sluts give the
Whoa.
best oral, some say, Terry. Some say.
They appreciate it more. And
Yes.
Sometimes they mistake it for a kielbasa.
That's right. That's right.
They go to town.
Yeah, you put a little sauerkraut on it, and boy, is it done right.
8 out of 10 college women with poor body images say their families made negative comments about them when they were young.
Nice.
In most cases, it was only an occasional remark, but it stuck with them. If you want to help your children be healthy, offer constructive advice about diet and exercise, and practice what you preach.
Okay. So you got to eat right, too, apparently, if you want your kids to be in shape. There goes that possibility. No, eating right is a must. What else is on your pile this morning, Terry? I see that you're...
I have a lot of stuff, actually.
Yeah, compiling some serious amounts of artillery there to go forth with on the program. So please share with us. What do you have?
Well, according to a recent study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, they found that one extra can of regular soda a day can cause you to put on 15 pounds.
Soda, Terry. Soda. Yes, soda.
In a single year.
So that's Stephen's problem, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, Stephen's...
Jake's diet.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, it's cool.
Yeah, he's in. He's good.
Whatever.
I don't think it helps.
No.
What else?
And this actually I thought was kind of interesting. Doctors have found that the transmission of HIV from women to men...
That'd be AIDS, Stephen, me, Terry.
Yes.
Right.
Is reduced by 60%
I know.
if the man is circumcised.
Was I know?
If a man is circumcised...
I know the difference between HIV and AIDS. It's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
If you get HIV, you're in trouble.
You're not
like, oh, phew, it's not AIDS.
Right.
I mean, you're You're pretty disappointed.
Although,
Your
with,
time
with Magic Johnson now and Tommy Morrison, did you hear the development on that story?
No, Tommy Morrison, what?
Tommy Morrison was a boxer, as you may or may not know, Terry, that was in Rocky V, and it came out about, a good 10 years ago now that he got AIDS or HIV himself, and now he has come out and said he doesn't have it anymore.
I mean, Magic beat it.
Wow.
However, Tommy Morrison's saying that he never had it, and it was some opposing fighter's training crew and management that lied to him to get him to forfeit the fight so that the other fighter could win. That's how discombobulated a story that one turned out to be.
That is, woo.
He thought for the past 8 some odd years he had AIDS, HIV, and he never had it because someone lied to him about his drug test.
He never got tested again just to confirm it?
Well, I guess, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense.
It
doesn't make any sense.
So we'll follow the progress of Tommy Morrison because we know you're all waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, we want to see him fight.
He's like, phew, no more
again.
condoms. Yes. Finally.
He's got every other disease under the sun, but still no HIV. What?
It was.
So what was this now? What was this?
That doctors have found that the transmission of HIV from women to men is reduced by 60%.
If you're circumcised.
If you're circumcised.
Wow.
Yes.
So if you're an uncircumcised gay man, you're getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the way you want to look at it.
I wonder what the correlation is there.
Uncircumcised men have a much greater chance of getting HIV, and the reason for that is what?
Well, probably
because their penis head is all dirty to begin with.
Could be.
Yes, that's it. I
don't know what the reasoning would be. I'm trying
because it catches up there.
It gets caught. Caught in the webbing.
Watch
Yeah, it's like a tuna net.
Ooh, there's AIDS on me. Gotta wash it off.
It's like a crab net.
I feel something underneath there. What is that?
No, I can't get at it. If I could just wash it out, I'd be okay, but I can't get at it.
Wrong.
Probably not it, but
probably not.
Well, then what is it? Why is the likelihood of you catching HIV a lot greater if you're uncircumcised?
I don't know. Let me get the Independent, which is where this little study came from. And
I'll tell you why. Because the only way a man can catch HIV, Terry, is through microscopic cuts on his penis.
Yes.
Now, if there's more real estate on your penis,
makes sense.
More chance for a microscopic cut.
Right.
Women can get HIV a lot easier than men can get HIV. All a women has to, or a homosexual male has to have happen is for the little oogies of the spooge to be just housed in your system, and then you got it. But for a man to catch it from a woman, she has to bleed. Mm-hmm. And how many men can actually make a woman bleed? That is in order to bleed. She has to bleed into the microscopic cuts in his penis for him to actually get HIV. And if you're circumcised, perhaps because of the lessened amount of real estate on your situation, the less chance that you may get a microscopic cut, therefore the less chance you get HIV. Thank you for joining me in this class.
So you can't get it through the little pee hole?
I don't. You can bleed maybe through the pee hole.
That's what I'm wondering.
You cannot get it. Vaginal fluid. The amount of HIV is just infinitesimal to the point where you're not getting it that way. It has to be blood. Blood to blood. Yes.
Whoa. It can't be sperm.
Contact.
You can't get it through sperm.
That's why homosexual males can get it, because sperm.
Right. Okay.
You can get it through sperm. That's why women get HIV a lot more easily than men can get HIV unless they're homosexual, which is why at first it was considered a homosexual disease. And still is by Ronald Reagan, even though
and Stephen Kilbreth.
And Stephen Kilbreth, really?
Weeding out the gays. God's way of doing it.
Whoa!
Okay, why don't you guys take this one off the air?
Yeah.
The T-Man.
Scott Van Pelt.
Received July 27th at 5:14 p.m.
Hey, it's Scott Van Pelt. We shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it. Or maybe you don't. Just wanted to touch base. I figured sending texts gets real old.
Here's that voicemail that I promised you we'd find, Terry, that you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
From the ESPN sports anchor, Scott Van Pelt, that some are making comparisons to Pat O'Brien's voicemail diatribe from a year or two ago. Terry, just already hearing what I've heard in the first 10 seconds, I can tell you this is no Pat O'Brien voicemail message, and this is just some woman who sold out some geeky sports guy.
Right.
And if you want to sell out all the geeky sports guys of the country, you'd have entertainment fodder for the next 500 years.
Right.
All right.
Right. Well, and I told you from the story that it wasn't, near as, there was nothing super, super risque. It was kind of, it was kind of dorky.
So the guy just leaves a dorky message and can't even move on with his life? This girl has to turn it into some entertainment outlet that makes it available to everyone, including us?
Yeah. That's
Poor
kind of her.
bastard. That's what I say about Scott Van Pelt. Give the guy a break. He's trying to get laid, like everyone else in the world. And he gets his voicemail messages played by everybody because some bitch turned it in. And why?
Well, probably because, like she wants to do is to kind of make him look like a fool because he does sound dorky. And, it's one of those things, hey, ESPN, I'm a, don't you know who I am kind of thing, maybe. I don't know.
Just wanted to touch base. I figured sending text gets real tedious with the typing and whatnot.
Right, yeah, we understand the concept of texting. Thank you with the typing.
Is that how you do it?
I guess so, Terry.
Just wanted to touch base. I figured sending text gets real tedious with the typing and whatnot. It's really easy to just actually call up and leave a rambling message with it, which I'm great
Yeah, I
at.
bet he wish he texts now, huh?
I know.
So what happened? This is a girl he met.
At a bar. I think it was
really-
like last Monday or something.
He really liked her.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thought she liked him more than she turned out to like him. Wasn't
Right.
overly impressed that he was an ESPN sports anchor.
Mm-hmm.
And
Was trying
he
to get back.
leaves her a message to try to meet up with her again.
Yes.
And instead of meeting up with him again, she turns over his voicemail to people that can do wrong with it.
Right, after giggling with all her girlfriends and letting her girlfriends listen to it all, they said, what do you think we should do? And they said, oh my God, let's embarrass him.
Rambling message with it, which I'm great at. Enjoyed meeting you. I knew as soon as you left I'd never see you again. As a veteran of many Dewey Beach summers, you have your crew of people.
Where's Dewey Beach?
Not sure.
They met on Dewey Beach.
There's one in Anacortes, but I don't think it's the same thing.
It says in the story.
It's probably a lot of Dewey Beaches. Where's the
It
story?
was actually, I'm trying to
I don't know why I
find-
think like West Virginia.
You're the one who read it
I
earlier that
know,
got me
and-
inspired to
I
find this audio. Now you can't find the story?
Because I put other stuff on top of it, and I just kind of start piling things on
Yeah,
top of stories
I
that I've
understand.
already read.
How piles become piles,
I
Jared.
know.
Thank you, though.
Enjoyed meeting you. I knew as soon as you left I'd never see you again. As a veteran of many Dewey Beach summers, you have your crew of people. Once you lose track of somebody, they're going someplace else, and you're never going to see them again, and that's how that went.
Well, you obviously have her phone number, so it can't be that tough.
It's on Delaware.
Man, he's just awkward leaving messages, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He looks awkward, though, if you've ever seen the guy. I mean,
I can't remember what he looks like. I've heard the name, and I probably have seen him many times on SportsCenter, but I can't picture what he looks like.
super short hair.
Does he
weird
wear glasses? Yeah.
He's their golf guy, right?
Well, he does the whole SportsCenter
I thought he
anchoring.
was
He's always on
specialist.
SportsCenter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's one of those anchors. He'll sit next to Stuart Scott or someone like that and then do the whole hour.
Mm-hmm.
And he's great at keeping up with the highlights, but leaving a simple message is just too much. He just sounds way awkward and weird.
Once you lose track of somebody, they're going someplace else, and you're never going to see them again, and that's how that went. So, understood. But for what it's worth,
What's
you
that
did-
talking in the background? It's Dewey Beach.
Could be his buddies.
There's a lot going on Dewey Beach.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. But for what it's worth, you did pass everything on my checklist. Like, I have a very lengthy checklist, and any one strike, you'd be out.
Oh, he's being sarcastic now, Terry. I mean, it's dumb what he's saying, but he's not being serious, I hope. He's not being serious.
What if he really does?
He's not.
though?
He's
Come
not being
on.
serious. He's trying
Men
to be.
don't have checklists.
He's trying to be funny. It's just not that funny, and it's just an awkward message. But he's not being serious that you really passed everything on his checklist.
Everything on my checklist. Like, I have a very lengthy checklist, and any one strike, you'd be out. As if I really should even have a checklist. I mean, at this point, I probably should talk to any woman that isn't like club-footed and like an amputee.
Good lie.
Yeah.
It's at this point, she's supposed to say, "Oh, he's so funny. I got to call him back immediately and get a
Right.
second date."
Right. He made me laugh.
People have club foots all the time now. Club foot.
Anyway, it is in Delaware, if you didn't hear Hot Shot earlier.
Oh, you have the story?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see the story.
Delaware's a vacation destination, man.
I guess so.
Mm-hmm. A voicemail message left by ESPN SportsCenter anchor Scott Van Pelt for a lady he met in a bar on Dewey Beach in Delaware at the end of July. It's been circulating through the internet. Now, why, from what you've heard so far,
yes,
why should this voicemail be circulating on the internet? What did he do?
Well,
nothing.
No,
Like millions of other guys that day, he left a stupid message on a girl's voicemail trying to get her to call him back.
Right.
But because he's a little bit notable, he has to be embarrassed now in front of all the world.
Yes.
He's no different than millions of guys on that very same day who left dumb messages for women.
Understood. But for what it's worth, you did pass everything on my checklist. Like, I have a very lengthy checklist, and any one strike you get.
Shut up, you idiot!
As if I...
Just leave your number! She'll call you back or she won't!
Really should even have a checklist. I mean, at this point, I probably should talk to any woman that isn't, like, club-footed and like an amputee. Yeah, 4 limbs.
Pasty, would you, by the way, before I even finish this message, will you tell those people waiting on hold to tell me that HIV can be transmitted through vaginal fluid, that I just said the very same thing on the air last segment? However, it's in very small, minute proportions, and the chances of you catching it through vaginal fluid are next to nothing. But it is possible. Yes, I said that. The much more realistic way for a man to catch HIV is to have a microscopic, little infinitesimal size knicker cut on his penis, Terry.
Wow.
And to have a woman bleed into it for whatever reason she may be bleeding.
She just stands over and I'm bleeding.
No,
jeez.
Not wounded, Terry.
I know, but it just, the way
Shot
it
with an
sounds.
arrow.
Terry, you should know more than anyone that if a sizable man gets a hold of you,
No, I
there's a
know,
chance
yes.
that you may start bleeding.
Terry, she
Or maybe a man wants you so badly that he's willing to...
No, I know.
He's willing to take a hold of you through that little portion of time in a given month where you may not be on your best behavior. That is the much more realistic way of catching HIV. But if you want to get technical, yes, it exists in vaginal fluid. But I actually know a guy who had sex with a woman for months and months, not knowing she had HIV.
Wow.
She had it all the while, and they had sex basically every night for a long extended period. He never got it. Because honestly, even though I'm not trying to convince you not to wear condoms, everyone should wear a condom to protect themselves. However, the chances of a man catching it from a woman are not that great. It could easily happen, but it's not that great. Very simple how it could happen. And it's having a cut that maybe you cannot even see and didn't even know was there, and having her bleed into it. Very simple. But if you wear a latex condom,
yes,
that takes that out of the equation, which is why everyone should do it except me. I didn't do that.
I really hope I never get a cut or a nick on my wee-wee. That sounds painful.
Well, if you're...
like a paper cut, those are the worst.
If you're doing the activities that I tend to do, and I'm sure you do on a typical afternoon, the chances of you getting those little nicks or cuts are a lot higher.
What are you doing?
Yeah, what?
I'm rubbing one out.
Whoa.
The cheese grater? Edward Scissorhands all of a sudden?
I grab a pretty tight hold of it.
Yeah, you like it rough, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, self.
I throw myself up against a wall.
Oh, yeah.
Go to town.
Pull your own hair.
You have 4 limbs, and you don't have Bell's palsy and a club foot. I probably ought to be real.
Bell's palsy, he said.
That's nice.
I can't believe she didn't call him right back.
Yeah.
What a great mess. It's one of the classic all-time messages to get a woman to call you.
I do have it, you bastard.
Yeah, what if someone has it? It's okay to go out with them.
What if she had a relative with Bell's palsy?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so hot. I have 2 relatives with Bell's palsy, but I had to call you back anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I'm looking like club-footed and like an amputee. You have 4 limbs, and you don't have Bell's palsy and a club foot. I probably ought to be real, like, just signing up. But I do have a checklist, and as I recall, you were passing everything.
What the hell is he talking about, man?
Well, he's just, again, rambling on, and trying to look good but not.
Trying to seem cool, but
yeah, and
it's just not
witty
working.
and all that stuff. And hey, I'm a great guy to go out with. No, not really.
So at some point, she should be listening to this message going, oh, wow, a SportsCenter anchor has called me, and he's everything I expected in a SportsCenter anchor. So witty and funny.
Right.
My dream has come true. My ship has come in. And his name is Scott Van Pelt.
Let me call him right back.
And I don't have Bell's palsy, so I will call him back.
Last I checked, no clubfoot either.
What a weirdo.
Well, again, there you go. See?
This goes to show that SportsCenter anchors are as dorky, if not more, than any other average guy out there.
Right.
I do have a checklist, and as I recall, you were passing everything. So with that in mind, if I don't catch up with you this weekend, if you don't make it back down or whatever, if you've already got plans, I would be happy to fly back down at some point and take you out to dinner like a civilized human being.
Wow. That's
so
sweet.
just let me know. Hopefully we catch up again. If not, it was a pleasure to meet you. Take care. See you.
Yeah, whatever.
He's not forcing himself?
You must have really liked her, Scotty boy.
Yeah, because he's willing to fly back down.
Hey, he's got a kind of salary. He could do that.
Yeah.
He'll fly down and take her out to dinner.
Whoa.
Unlike Pat O'Brien, who just wants to get hookers and coke.
Oh, no, he's no Pat O'Brien, Jerry.
Something tells me it's Slim Pickens in Bristol, Connecticut, as far as the women go.
Oh, goodness.
And people keep looking for the next Pat O'Brien cut, but this is the Michael Jordan of cuts. I mean,
Okay.
He's got a long way and a lot of lessons to take to be Pat O'Brien, Terry.
4 p.m. You're so hot. I want to suck your fuck dirty to you. Off your face. Get another woman up. Hire a hooker.
Yeah, this beats checklist and Bell's palsy any day, Terry.
Yeah.
That's what we call cut to the chase.
Let's see, if I were a woman and I got each one of these guys.
Who would you call back first, Terry?
Gosh.
If you had a key
Yeah,
to 2 rooms, and Pat O'Brien's in one room,
and Scott Van Pelt in another.
Scott Van Pelt's in the other room, but Pat O'Brien is promising to...
You gotta give it up. He ain't taking no one to dinner. Okay?
Right.
He ain't flying in to take you to dinner.
No.
If he's flying in, he wants to make sure he can... Which key are you using, Terry? Be honest. You're using Pat O'Brien's key.
Actually,
You're
no,
hanging out-
I'm not.
Are you hanging out with dorky Scott Van
Yes,
Pelt or
I am.
overzealous Pat O'Brien,
No,
Terry?
believe me, I'm hanging out with Scott Van Pelt. I can't do the dirty. No, I'm not that way. I don't do the dirty,
Oh.
do me in my face thing.
Oh, geez.
Do me in my face thing.
And don't, yeah.
Fuck dirty to you.
You're already there.
Off your face.
Yeah, it wasn't
Well,
do you in the face.
well,
It was...
we know.
Mm-hmm.
We know.
Yeah. You sure you're not using Pat O'Brien's key?
No, he's dirty and nasty.
Dirty and nasty.
Provide drugs for you and hookers? I mean, he really sweetens the pot.
No, you guys can handle it.
Another woman up.
Oh, yeah, that's the end all right there.
Hire a hooker.
So does that mean another woman and a hooker? Just to be clear, Pat, are you saying that there be multiple women, or is that person the same person?
What?
That's a fair question. You gotta weigh your options.
Because if you're just going to have another woman up, then nah. But have another woman and a prostitute,
Yeah,
all over.
Now you're talking, Patty.
Yeah.
Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy. Get some coke.
Wow.
So you get this message.
Tell me this isn't a better invitation than just dinner, Terry.
I'll take dinner. I like food much better.
You agree with this? Just look at me and say yes.
Wow, he makes it very...
Yeah, he does.
No fuss, no muss.
Right?
Nothing, nothing down, no payments.
Right. Scott Van Pelt is all about flying people and or flying back.
he's
for
trying
someone.
too hard.
Yeah, but not Pat.
Pat knows how to get it done.
You think SportsCenter anchors wouldn't have to go to these lengths to, like, make it happen with a girl they just met, you know?
Right.
Wouldn't have to, like, just embarrass themselves on voicemail, even if this voicemail didn't get out and it was just her that heard it. Still too many people.
Yeah, she's
Shared a
giggling.
brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it.
No, I don't. And we didn't share anything.
Who the hell are you, dude?
I don't even know what he said there. We shared a brief, but what?
Shared a bottle of cold relationship? I don't know what that means. Or
We
something.
shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm
Bottle of cool relationship? I don't even know what he's saying.
Creative way of saying we shared a beer. I don't know. He's
Creative way of saying we had a moment, I thought. And I
From
would like
across the room?
No, they talked at the bar. That's all. Hey, I met you at the bar the other day. You gave me your number. I'm calling you back. Hit me up if you want. That's all that needed to happen.
I know, but
You got to be cute and witty to stand out.
You got to be cute and witty.
You have to stand out with the girls.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even. If I don't know, and I'm listening to it over and over again, and I have the ability to slow it down, speed it up,
play it backwards.
Yeah, maybe it'll make more sense backwards. Hang on.
We shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it.
Wait, how do I slow it up?
Hit control at the same time. All right.
Oh, I get it. He wants to suck her and.
wow, really?
Yeah. Was close to Pat O'Brien.
Yeah,
Closer than we thought there, yeah.
We shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it.
Bottle of what? I'm still not getting it. What do you, Emma, you got it? What do you got?
I think you said bottle and cork, meaning they shared a bottle of wine, maybe?
Bottle and cork. Why is relationship after that,
Oh,
though?
I don't know. That's the only thing.
You got nothing! I turn on your mic for no reason.
It's a Delaware thing.
For someone who doesn't drink, you sure know a lot about alcohol.
I know.
Bottle and cork relationship last
Bottle and
We shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it. Or maybe you don't.
This is like Greg the Internet guy leaving someone a message.
Exactly.
You'd think the Sports Center anchors would have a little bit more.
A little bit
This
more
is a
game
shtick,
to
though.
it.
Kind of a quiet, nerdy guy. You know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Just wanted to touch base. I figured sending texts gets real tedious with the typing and whatnot. It's really easy to just actually call up and leave a rambling message with it, which I'm great at. Enjoyed meeting you. I knew as soon as you left I'd never see you again. As a veteran of many Dewey Beach summers, you have your crew of people. Once you lose track of somebody, they're going someplace else, and you're never going to see them again, and that's how that went. So,
Well, you know. Don't stop
So
going
then
to
move
Dewey
on,
Beach.
dude.
Yeah, quit going to Dewey Beach
Dewey.
then, man.
You're 42.
Is he 42?
I don't know. He's not that old.
understood. But for what it's worth, you did pass everything on my checklist. Like, I have a very lengthy checklist, and any one strike, you'd be out.
What do you mean by that?
As if I really should even have a checklist. I mean, at this point, I probably should talk to any woman that isn't like club-footed and like an amputee. You have 4 limbs, and you don't have Bell's palsy and a club foot. I probably ought to be real, like, just signing up. But
Man, guys are just dorks, aren't they, Terry? I apologize on behalf of all men to all you women.
Now, do you think that works for some women, though? If they hear
Yes.
it, like, oh,
I think it
Yes,
does. I think this
do.
works for no women.
No,
Really?
I think it does.
I don't think
Completely
there's
does.
I don't think there's a woman out there. I don't think. Well, let me just put it this way: unless she was just on board from the beginning because he's a Sports Center guy, and that does it for her. This message, in and of itself, does not get any woman interested in going out with a guy. All right, this woman across the board of all women gets just women. This is just disastrous.
So if she's on the fence,
You're telling me there's a group of women that
Yes.
like this kind of message?
Yes, yes. And
What is
yes.
there to like about this kind of
Just
message?
because he is so dorky, it's kind of cute.
Why would
So
a woman
it's-
want to
so-
go with a dork?
No, so it's enough to entice you to like
Ask
at least
Amy.
give him a second chance. Just say, okay, let me see what else is. Let's see if he's truly a dork.
Did you hear what Hopscotch just said? We'd have to ask Amy.
Ow! At 10 o'clock, I'll ask her.
Well, I mean, some women like cuteness and
the dorkiness.
and the
Stephen
dorkiness and
wouldn't,
stuff like that.
Stephen wouldn't leave a rambling, stupid message like this.
Would or wouldn't?
Wouldn't.
No, I disagree with that. I like it.
do
I like the
too.
message. I think it's
he's
a
rambling-
great approach.
Yeah, he's rambling like crazy.
Even Emma's laughing at you.
Well, it
You
may
think
not
this
work
is
for
a
whores
great-
like her, but I mean, it works for some women like that kind of stuff.
You think there are some women out there that like a message like this left on their voicemail by a guy?
And that's the type of girl that he wants. He doesn't want women who aren't going to like something
What
like
kind
that.
of woman is this? Because I haven't met her. The kind of woman that likes a
actually
message
Terry
like
likes
this.
it.
I liked it.
Kendall likes it.
You like it?
Well, I just think I would feel bad for him enough where I'd call him back. He just
I
sounds
feel bad.
But that's
Why would
a
you
whole
feel
different
bad?
thing. That's a
Kinda like,
different
Why would you feel
Oh,
bad? Because he sounds like
cute.
an idiot. Who doesn't feel bad for this
No,
guy?
I mean I don't. I'm looking at it as he is kind of dorky sounding, but it's kind of cute to a point where let me at least see what else is there.
He's
But there are
trying
women
so
that are like
hard.
that.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, but do you want to go out with the girl who feels that way about you? I want to
no,
I'll go out with the dork. I'll give the dork a date.
No, I
not
mean,
good.
I mean,
but he's only going to be leaving that message to a woman who's not going to feel that way.
Well, what woman doesn't feel that way? Every woman who hears this message realizes what a dork he is.
Just because you leave a message that says, "I want to do you, meet me here," that's the manly message to leave. But not everybody's like that.
There's middle ground between Pat O'Brien and this message.
Oh, there is middle ground?
Yeah.
About every other conversation we have, there isn't any middle ground. So this one there is.
Yeah,
Okay.
I finally found some middle ground for you there, kid.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, you're not in the middle. You're on the dorky side. You're probably leaving more dorky messages. I changed my opinion. Here I was actually standing up for Kilbert, saying he wasn't capable of leaving this dorky a message, and he says he is.
I think I'm capable of leaving a message similar to that, yes.
Unbelievable. That is so sad. It's just laughable.
But I wasn't into going out with women who were like who would not like something like that.
It's not any
Steven actually would bake her a cake.
He probably
And that's fine.
did.
That's like he did with the Sonics. And where did that get him? They said, "Oh, what a dork, he's out."
And now they're moving. Yeah. See you later.
But is it any different than Emma back there acting all innocent and like, oh, I'm so virginized. Woo.
Completely different.
So
virginized. Saying that's
I mean, some guys think that's cute, so they're
shouldn't act
intrigued
like
by
this.
that.
This is sad.
Well,
you guys are more confident in yourselves, I guess.
Right.
And you are all about the number, the count of women that you could screw and all that kind of stuff. And this guy may not be.
You got it done.
You don't think that's true? You don't think you were that way at one point in your life?
Whatever.
No, but he does make a good
Maybe
point.
I was. Anyway.
Maybe this does show that he's a little insecure about who he is.
5 away from 200. Anyway.
Away from 200.
I don't know.
Pounds or women?
Anyway.
That's lower than I thought.
I speak for all women, and I will tell you this. No woman thinks that this message is enticing to call back, oh, I got to go out with this guy kind of message. All right? No woman. No woman listens to this message saying, oh, I finally found someone.
Well, I don't think they're saying, oh, I finally found.
This is the one I've been waiting for. How cool is he?
But the difference is she would expect a message like this from him based on the conversation that they had at the bar.
Every woman is thinking, what a tool. He ain't getting a call back from me.
I disagree.
But I think
oh, wait, he works for SportsCenter. I'll give him a break.
It's not a nice change of pace from like the striped shirt, jerk off.
This is the striped shirt guy.
No.
He seems a little nerdier than that, though.
When the striped shirt guys are nerdy?
But they have this perceived confidence.
They think they're too cool.
They're very arrogant.
Well, they leave stupid messages in their own right. Different kind of messages, but dumb nonetheless. This is just the one example of many a dumb message left by a guy. But don't tell me this kind of message turns women on.
Some women.
Some. Like it.
No women.
0?
Well, let me open the phone lines. If you heard this message and you wish this was left on your voicemail, ladies, please call in and tell me, oh, man, if only a guy could leave a message like that for me.
Wait a minute. You also have to
He had me at Bell's palsy.
That was really hot.
But the other thing, too, is like Steven pointed out.
I started stroking myself in the car. I couldn't take it anymore, Jimmy.
I don't think every woman who listens to a message, they must stroke themselves.
Steven, though?
No, but like Steven said, that the woman already kind of knows him a little bit after their meeting. So she kind of
And she left town. She left Dewey Beach first plane.
But she gave him her phone number. So obviously something attracted her to him.
Right.
However the conversation was, and this was part of his personality.
All right.
So she was attracted to him.
Well, then there's someone out there for everyone, I guess.
Yes.
I guess I've known that, but I thought this changed the rule of that.
And like an amputee, you have 4 limbs, and you don't have Bell's palsy and a club foot. I probably ought to be real, just signing up. But I do have a checklist, and as I recall, you were passing everything.
Oh, phew.
Messages like this with Men with Game. I mean, guys try every sort of
angle.
angle.
And we made fun. The whole point of Men with Game was to make fun of lame guys.
I realize that, but it's an approach that people use, and it's got to work on some people.
All right, 1-866-66.
Doesn't work on you, obviously.
1-866-663-T-MAN. If any ladies out there have heard this message now multiple times and thought, wow, that's a cool guy, or whatever, anything positive that you took out of this message.
Or it's cute.
Let me know. Or if there are women out there that say to themselves, man,
if he ever left a message like that, never.
Dorksville is becoming a crowded place. If you heard this message, and let me use this as an example. Let's say you met this guy in a bar, and you thought, yeah, I might go out with this guy. But then he left a message like this, and this put it over the top to no chance am I going out with this loser.
So on the fence, and this ruined it.
Yeah, you were on the fence, and this message ruined it, which is, I think, extremely more likely and much more appropriate of the reaction you should be having. Stephen disagrees because this is the only message he knows how to leave.
Well, Terry disagrees too.
Please call and let us know. 186. That's why you two get along so well. 663 T-Man. Rachel, you're first up.
We mentioned this like this for Terry, and I'm not even dating her.
Rachel.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
What can I do for you? What's your reaction to this message?
Well, I don't think he's very much of a dork. I think it just kind of sounds like he's a little nervous. I mean, he obviously doesn't have very much experience leaving messages for girls.
So you like the fact that a guy who leaves you a message, he should sound nervous because that means he's somewhat intimidated by you. He likes you. He's making sure he's saying the right things, and it comes out all dorky, but that just shows you something. So you're good with this.
Yeah. We obviously had a good conversation at the bar, good enough for me to give him my phone number, so...
All right. There it is. You're loving the message. It's a great message.
He's almost 40, so he's she's probably right. He probably is
This
a little
guy's
nervous
almost
about
40?
Is he?
Well, he graduated from Maryland in 1990, so that would put him close to 40, I would think.
Well, 90 would make him about 38, 39. That is really sad.
Probably too old to be going to vacation places like that, right? I mean, if it's...
His wife and kids live with him in...
Too old to even know how to text.
He is married?
No, it doesn't say.
Stacy, you're up.
Wouldn't surprise me, though.
I liked the message. I thought
Oh,
that
my goodness.
that not once in there was Xbox mentioned or hanging with his homies at his house afterwards. It was a whole thing of he had vocabulary that you could, he obviously didn't learn from MTV. He had, and he was confident enough that he didn't have to use game. He just kind of used himself and what he was all about. If you can take it or leave it, take it if you're interested, or if you're not, fine. But
What are you talking about? This was his lame shtick, but it was shtick nonetheless.
It's not shtick.
This is shtick. This is his shtick. It's lame, stupid shtick, but it's shtick.
You don't think he's
shtick.
kind
You
of a
don't feel
dorky
shtick.
person, though? You don't think
can't-
he's a little dorky?
His dorky, he uses his dorkiness. He overdoes his dorkiness as his shtick, Terry.
Okay.
He overdoes the dorkiness to masquerade the true dorkiness. You following it all?
Gotcha.
So any message you leave for a woman is going to be shtick. Because you're going to be turning it on at some point, right?
He very simply could have said, met you at Dewey Beach, we hung out, it was nice to meet you, I thought, had a moment there, and I'm hoping you'll call me back. Here's the number.
But that doesn't say, it doesn't give her the whole complete picture.
No message should be over 25 seconds. No message.
Well, then
When I
Pat
look at-
O'Brien and him are wrong.
Well, he had a lot to say, Terry.
Yeah,
Unless you have specific details to leave. This was a rambling message that left really no details of any substance.
Well, but it shows her that he's really interested in her.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, if he just says, hey, I met you at Dewey Beach, want to get together, and
You're on the air.
Yeah, it does sound like you're just going through the call list of chicks that you met at Dewey Beach.
Right.
Okay, you're number 10 on the list.
Good. Let her know she's one of many that he can be calling.
Steven's thyroid is part of his shtick. I mean,
She's
he uses
the
that all the
special
time.
one. I probably would.
You're on the air.
You made it goiter out, or whatever you guys say. I don't know.
Hello. Sam, go ahead.
Hey, T-Man, check this out, man. I think old dude is so desperate that I think he went to the point that he had to say everything about the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, man, I feel sorry for old dude.
Lisa, hello.
Hi, T-Man.
Yes, Lisa.
I think the message is way too dorky. Maybe we had a great conversation at the bar, but
You ain't calling this dude.
after the fact, I'd be like, no way. What are you talking about, guy?
Bill's
You're rambling
palsy
on.
should be left on no voicemail unless you're calling a hospital, Terry.
Right. No kidding.
Adriana, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I was just I don't think that's a good message to leave at all. That is not a way to get women and should not be encouraged.
Wow.
Jessica.
So, can't. Follow-up question?
Hello.
Not anymore. Trying to get as
absolutely
many in
love
as
it.
you can. You loved it.
I loved it.
All right. Why's that?
It just so turned me on.
Mm-hmm.
I think anything turns her on.
What part of it specifically, if there was a pinpointing moment that turned you on, what was it?
Oh, I just loved it when he said he doesn't like texting. That just hurts my fingers also.
You guys have a lot in common. There it is. It's Sarah.
Fingers are so sensitive.
Go ahead, Sarah. Sarah.
Good morning, T. How are you?
Yes, good. What do you got?
You know, I just have to say, he's an absolute fool. I mean, what kind of person leaves a message like that for a woman? Not to mention, hello, what? I mean, does he even know anything about her personally? I mean, what if she had someone in her family with that problem?
Stephen, would you like to give a follow-up question here?
I would like to say I think mentioning the palsy issue was probably not a good move. I would agree with you there.
That's horrible. I mean, who does that? I mean, she could be in tears now. Oh, let me call him. I mean, my poor little sister,
too,
my whole life has this problem.
And people with club feet.
Yeah. What if you knew one guy that had all that?
Valerie.
Yes.
Yes.
That message was horrible. I feel
He's an
bad.
amputee, can't have a club foot.
Anybody that says anything different is wrong. That message was horrible.
What kind
he
of-
should have stopped.
What kind of message would you want left for you?
I don't know, just short and brief. I probably wouldn't even have been talking to him at the bar, but...
Well, there you go. You're not attracted to that kind of a guy, so who cares
All
what
right,
kind
so
of a
any
message
woman
you
out
leave?
there, there you go. That's how we'll settle this. Any woman out there who's attracted to the mayor of Dorkville, this is the message for you.
Well, we all...
Powers. Eric, we shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you don't.
Yeah, people are calling them saying bottle and cork relationship. It's just a dumbass, dorky way of saying we talked and had some wine.
Oh, so it wasn't like they just met each other and said hi in passing.
Well, they met each other, and while they were talking for the first initial moments, he ordered over some wine, and that was that. You know, he can do that. He's a Sports Center anchor, Jerry.
Right, but
Give
I
me
mean-
a bottle of your best red, or something about $102 cheaper.
Right. Well, but
they're drinking wine.
Yeah, they're actually like sitting down drinking wine. It's
Steve
not like
loves
they
this
slam.
message and will defend this guy because he's left 1 million of these messages. He will defend this guy to his time.
I want to be his friend.
Mm-hmm. You probably already are. It's your little buddy Scott. Last name is Van Pill.
We shared a brief but exceptionally meaningful bottle and cork relationship last Saturday. I'm sure you remember it. Or maybe you don't.
Stephen laughs every time.
I figured sending texts gets real tedious with the typing and whatnot. It's really easy to just actually call up and leave a rambling message, which I'm great at.
Yes, we see that. You're one of the all-time greats. Don't sell yourself short there, kid.
You don't think that's cute to say something like that, to kind of poke fun at yourself?
Yeah, I don't think it's cuter with the Bell's palsy and the amputee and the club foot line. Yeah. It's very funny. The guy's funny. I mean, the guy doesn't even have writers for this material. He did this all himself. Wow. And I'm sure it wasn't even rehearsed. It was just off the cuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows. Guy like this probably rehearses this, too, before he does it.
He sits there and goes, okay, now,
Right.
how should I...
Bottle of cork.
Yeah. If I throw this line, will I get a chuckle?
There's probably someone in front of him turning the cue cards. Like he is used to on a nightly basis.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I'm sure he got a call back. No, wait, obviously he didn't. She turned it into entertainment shows.
Sad.
So obviously it didn't work this time around, Stephen. But it probably works all the other times. You're right.
Well, I don't think it works every time, but...
What else is going on, Terrence? What else is happening?
Well, the company, the video game company called Rockstar, they're the ones who created Grand Theft Auto. They have a new game coming out in October, and it is called Bully.
Yes, I think I've heard about this.
Yeah.
It's where you can beat up your high school bullies that pick on you.
Yeah, with all kinds of weapons.
Now, the interesting thing here is that this game that is being, produced by the same company that gave you Grand Theft Auto, this game, like Grand Theft Auto, is going to be rated mature. That's right, video games are rated just like TV shows and movies. This game is going to be rated mature. So those that are in high school right now can't even play it, technically.
Right, technically they can't.
Mm-hmm.
But sure, mom and dad will,
Right.
buy it for them.
But the standards by which this game is being held, this game technically is not supposed to be played by high school, but actually this game may not even be needed to be played by those in high school because those who would be attracted to this game. You don't realize necessarily how bad you're being picked on in high school until it's over and you look back and you're scarred.
Right.
So those in college and beyond that always wanted to beat up the bully that picked on you, you can buy this game and get even.
Yep. Take a baseball bat to him.
You can get even with John Salvia, who may have body slammed you in the nurse's office on the cot.
Oh, boy.
Whoa!
On the cot?
Guess you'll be buying it, won't you?
Oh, I'll be buying it, Terry. I buy all these games. If they make it for Xbox 360, it's mine.
Okay, well.
Rated mature. For adult audiences only.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just to let you know, there are some parents and, parent advocate groups, of course, who are kind of up in arms about it.
Hey, it's a lot better than shooting up the school by some of these kids that are picked on these days.
Yeah. Well, and according to this Fox News story, in the game, nobody ever dies or anything, but it's just the fact that you're
rip off his head.
Yeah, that you're beating somebody up, and the parents and schools are concerned because it is in a school setting.
Right.
So
yeah, it's got to take place in the cafeteria.
Yeah, beat him with a tray.
Beat him with a sloppy Joe.
Whoa.
Extra sloppy.
Whoa.
It's got to be extra sloppy. What else is going on, Terry? We'll look forward to that. What's the game going to be called?
It's called Bully.
Bully.
Just plain and simple that.
Does it say when it may be released?
October.
Oh, that soon, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Time for back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Put that in your little back-to-school list.
Okay.
Got a story out of Minnesota where a masseuse there may lose her license because she had sex with one of her clients.
Too sloppy with Joe.
No, actually, it turned out to be her husband, but she actually got married to him after he was her client first.
So client first, then she married him.
Yes.
But there's that window that you're not allowed to get all enamored with your client in. And
Right.
she got overly enamored too quickly.
Yes. Apparently in Minnesota, the
Yes.
window is 2 years.
2 years.
Whoa.
You got to wait 2 years before you can announce that you two are a couple, and or else you lose your license.
Right.
And you don't want to lose your massage license.
No. He was her client from 2000 to May of 2002, and then they started dating in July of 2002. So they weren't.
So were they doing it on the massage table or what?
Why? No, not until.
Because I'll marry any massage lady that wants to do me on the table.
Yeah.
Huh?
Really?
I don't know.
You can feel your hot stones.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she was unaware of that little law there in Minnesota. So that is kind of weird. Did she
lose her license?
There's a possibility. She's
whatever. All right,
That's
just
a
go.
long time.
Just start back at square one at Ashmead, and she'll be fine.
The T-Man.
Hey, yo, what's up?
I'll tell you, as you know, text pages roll in at 97373, don't you know? That's 97373. Don't you know? 8:42 and 46 seconds. Somebody writes, Emma is a worthless, lying, stupid bunt that needs to be donkey punched.
Wow. That's not nice.
Well, what were you going to say in defense of that?
No,
Pretty much right on target? What?
Yeah.
T, don't let her come back tomorrow, it finishes off by saying. And tomorrow's your last day.
Yeah, what are you doing for her?
What are we doing for her? She's an intern. What are we going to do for her? Have a big concert here in the studio? A goodbye serenade?
It's the last time we'll ever have her as an intern ever, right? Because she graduates, she'll go on and get a wonderful career in communications somewhere.
I'm hoping she'll go back to school for a week and decide that it's not for her and come back and work for us.
Oh,
that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me on the air.
Yeah, that's really not true, though. Anyhow. Let's see here. What else do we have? 8:38 and 57 seconds. Actually, the more I think about that message, the more I think he's really pathetic. It's kind of freaky how much he likes her so much. No girl likes a clingy guy. That's a huge turnoff. Right, somebody at 8:38 and 57 seconds. Referring to the Scott Van Pelt never-ending voicemail message.
Understood. But for what it's worth, you did pass everything on my checklist. Like, I have a very lengthy checklist, and any one strike, you'd be out. What do you mean by that? As if I really should even have a checklist. I mean, at this point, I probably should talk to any woman that isn't club-footed and like an amputee. You have 4 limbs, and you don't have Bell's palsy and a club foot. I probably ought to be real, just signing up.
Well, that's big of you, man. It's really nice. Very sensitive, dude. Dorks are supposed to be sensitive, at least. Shouldn't they be, Terry? If you're going to be dorky, you should at least have a little bit of sensitivity.
No, I know.
8:36 and 47 seconds. Somebody writes, tell Emma, just because she got motorboated doesn't mean she went sailing.
Whoa.
And that refers to a conversation we had much earlier this morning. And I'm glad that texter remembers that conversation at 8:36 and 47 seconds.
She got motorboated.
8:35 and 13 seconds. Oh, great and mighty sports guru T-Man. Could you please pontificate as to why Paul Allen took the Jailblazers off the market? Might he be moving them here? Now, even if Clay Bennett moves the Sonics, which I have every belief that he will, and yesterday only confirmed that to a further degree, Terry, have no illusions as to what is happening here, what framework is being put in place already by Clayton Bennett.
Right.
And I say his name, it sounds like I'm saying it with a bit of animosity. I must remember that it's not his fault. I would be doing the same thing if I were him. As I said earlier, if I bought a team, I'd want to bring them back to my hometown, too. Like the big trophy moose head you take from the hunting wildlife and bring back home and show your friends and family. But Paul Allen will not be moving Portland's team. That's all they got.
Right. Don't you think it's better that
he's go ahead, Terry.
I was going to say it would make more sense once, Sonics leave, then we have to go down to Portland.
Yeah, that's going to happen. He's got a bit of loyalty in his system, even to a city that he's really not tied to with major roots. Right. But unlike Howard Schultz, who should have a ton of loyalty to this area, who showed none, as a matter of fact, sold us out, stabbed us in the back. That's right, I said back! Paul Allen feels an allegiance to a city that really he doesn't even have that strong a tie to. He would never do that. It would be wrong, and he knows that. And he's a good sports guy who doesn't run his franchises into the ground. On the contrary, he makes the most of them. Portland, you go over the whole body of work of that team. They've been successful given the market they're playing in. Mm-hmm. Although basketball is much more of a revenue-sharing sport. It's a much deeper conversation. But he's done right by them, even through some thin years over the past few. And they're on the right track, by the way, back to serious prominence. He lured away a very young and talented and gifted head coach from this city, which was the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end is when Howard Schultz signed his name on the document as the owner of the team. Okay, let's move on. 8:31 and 59 seconds. I'm calling him back because I feel bad for that poor guy. It doesn't go any further than that. His message sounds pathetic. I think it would depend on the age of the woman as to whether she found it any bit of a turn on. 8:31 and 37 and 31 seconds. Bell's palsy is a condition you get unexpectedly. He shouldn't make fun of it. I hope this crazy, desperate FUC gets it now.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
So, Scott Van Pelt, if karma is anywhere out there in this world, should be on the top of the list of the Bell's palsy recipients.
Make a voodoo doll.
Mm-hmm.
Pull slide its mouth down.
Scott Van Pelt is not only an ESPN sports anchor, he's also a former NFL quarterback. Is that true? I don't remember that. There's been a lot of Van Pelts through the years.
Oh, really?
Well, at least enough, a few in the NFL history, Terry. I know there was Brad Van Pelt, and I think Brad Van Pelt may have even had a son that is in or was in the NFL. But I don't think this little geek sportscaster used to be a quarterback.
Would have been on his bio, I would think.
Yeah. Lucy Van Pelt from the Peanuts.
Yeah, she was pretty crafty with the football as well, no doubt about that. Remember the stupid bench? Autumn writes, I want to hear the I Hate You hotline. We're going to do that either tomorrow or next week.
Autumn sounds hot.
Autumn's pretty hot name.
Yeah.
8:24 and 54 seconds. Kendall, Emma, whatever the girl's name is a smoking little hottie. Only problem, is she a prude? Or is she a girl who never puts out? Date Kendall, risk blue balls, or continual lies? My only issue with this text page, he's trying to figure out if she's a prude or someone who never puts out.
Same thing, right?
I don't know. Is it an injury or am I just hurt?
Right.
7:47 and 20 seconds. Here, I have to go that far back to find the next interesting one, and this one certainly is an interesting text page. Adam writes, Stephen K. found pastries under his boobs this morning.
Pastries under my boobs.
Is that what you're hiding?
I wish there were some there.
7:17 and 24 seconds. You could tell Terry is jealous of Kendall. She's the biggest hater. What a biatch.
Yeah, jealous. Oh, pegged it right there.
I don't know if I can read this one.
Oh, jeez. It's that good, huh?
Do sign language.
Yeah. Can you self-edit?
Okay, yeah, I will edit it. 7:08 in 3 seconds. T-Man, ask Stephen, Terry, or Emma if they've ever had air be released from their vaginas.
Well, lots of it, and then sort of in a rapid motion.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ask Stephen, Terry, or Emma if that's ever happened to them.
Let's go around the room.
Well, I don't necessarily have a vagina, so I will say that not happened.
Don't necessarily happen.
And thanks for passing this to me, Terry. That's really appreciative. I see in the PI this morning, my horse is running tonight. The horse that Terry Free will be given. I told you that, and I am on the record for saying that, and I have every intention of doing that, Terry. So you'll be rooting against him, I'm sure, tonight. I won't even be there. I got a game tonight, and that shows you how much chance he has to win. But the PI writes the following about my horse that's running tonight. It says, "Let's Went, a $40,000 Kentucky sale horse, has been a big disappointment to its owner. Thanks a lot."
Big disappointment.
They don't know the half of it.
Big disappointment.
But then the guy who writes that picks him for second place tonight.
Really?
Wow.
Which I will take in a heartbeat.
Right.
You signed me up for second tonight, and I'm taking it.
Who the hell picked him?
Who wrote
Jim
this?
Streeter?
But the fact that they have to show me up like that in the PI is just where. Get me my trainer's number. Get me Grant Forrester, that crazy frickin' Canucks number. Because, by the way,
yes,
I hate to have to. Well, I'll see if I can get him on the line, and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and bet it right now. Second, I'll take it.
It's not finishing second.
You don't think?
No.
Win, Blazer Show. Primates.
He may finish second in the race to dinner contest if they have that before or after the race.
Right.
But in the race, ain't happening.
Come on. The PI said it's got to happen.
Who wrote
Is
this?
it?
I don't know who writes these columns.
Not the Wizard of Odds.
Who's the jockey? Who's your jockey?
Ricky Frazier. That's the only good thing we have going for ourselves tonight.
Really?
Yes.
Jockey.
Ricky's just loyal to the T-Man stable. That's all that comes down to.
Oh, that's good.
Ricky, believe me, doesn't want to be riding this nag, Terry.
Since it has no shot, you should let Vinny ride it.
If Vinny wants to ride it, he can ride it.
Have Vinny put on the colors. Vinny's brother could.
Hey, Grant! Just preparing.
Oh.
It's on vacation while your horse is
right. I'm in the Bahamas this week.
Right.
Hello.
Hey, Grant.
Yes.
T-Man here.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing lovely this morning. How are you, fine
Good.
sir?
We're on the air, my friend.
Of course we are.
Right. Now we have a little business tonight, don't we?
Yes, we are considering running your horse this evening.
Running would be an overstatement, wouldn't it? Now, isn't it just a tad bit embarrassing that the Seattle Post-Intelligencer has to tell me something I knew too well already, but has to highlight it in black and white when they wrote... Did you see the PI this morning?
I have not, actually. I'm at Del Mar.
Oh, you're in California. Very nice.
Oh, wow.
That you're going to be smiling away in the winner's circle when we win tonight. Obviously, you knew that was
I've got a special flight booked to get in time for the big race this evening.
I'm sure you do. Does that mean you're really going to be there tonight?
I'm going to be there. I wouldn't miss this opportunity to get in the winner's circle.
Well, that makes one of us, because I have a game tonight. But anyway, it says here, and I read verbatim, Let's Went. A $40,000 Kentucky sale horse has been a big disappointment to its owner. Perhaps.
What about to its trainer?
Well, the ironic thing, and I hate to have to highlight this, Terry.
Yeah?
This was not a horse picked out by me.
Really?
Grant's dad is actually unbelievably exceptional at picking out horses, except with my luck.
Ah.
He's picked out many a cheaper horse that has gone on to incredible greatness, so I'm not going to knock him on that. He really has an unbelievable track record. But he picked out this glue factory specialist, and I got to read about it in the PI, as they probably took a lot of glee in writing this.
Well, he was just having an off day.
Well, they were writing about him. Does that mean they picked him?
Yeah, actually, they picked him for second. Can you believe that crap? Can you believe that crap? Because they go on to say, perhaps route breeding will help him today. Will route breeding help him today, Grant?
Well, the extra amphetamines we're going to give him is certainly going to help.
So you got that memo good. You shouldn't even joke like that. That can get you in big trouble.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the
I
amphetamines
could
you
use
took?
a vacation anyways.
Oh,
Whoa.
all right. So why do I have to... Grant, where are we going here?
Right.
That's your show.
No, I just mean me and you in the horse business. Where are we?
Oh, that.
Yes.
Oh, that.
Well, we've got nowhere to go but up at this point.
When do
we're at the very bottom.
When do we get one of those? Oh, what do you call them? When do we get one of those good horses?
Yeah, winners.
Winners. Yes, that's the term. Why do we get one of those? How much do I have to spend? How much do I have to dump into one of these nags until I get a picture taken of the winner's circle?
Well, that's really the million-dollar question at this point.
Oh, there's my answer.
There it is.
Name your next horse Grant's dad. Maybe it'll run faster.
Man.
You were very close. The other one that you could have had has turned out to be a nice horse.
Thanks.
Oh, geez, rub it in a little bit more.
I actually took note of that as well. Other horses that Grant's dad picked out of the very same sale have got on to much greater heights, needless to say, than the one that I'm in possession of, that I paid more than the other owners did, Terry.
Jeez. But he sure is pretty, isn't he?
Thanks for making me feel better there, Grant.
You know what they say. I don't know what they say.
I was waiting for something.
Yeah, me too. A gem. Didn't happen.
No.
I'm gonna have to work on my motivational speaking a little more.
Oh, jeez. So, are you really going to fly back tonight for this race? Because I'm not even coming out for it. Really?
You're not going to be there?
No, I'm not going to be there. I've been embarrassed enough this morning.
Oh, geez. Well,
I got a game tonight, or else I'd be there. I actually would love to be there.
I'm going to be there. We'll be there. We're stretching back out to our distance, and
Grant, he's not going to come in second. He's not going to come in third. He's going to come somewhere mid-pack, I would bet.
no, I'm pretty convinced victory is upon us.
What
Grant, you don't even say that. You know he's not winning tonight. Why are you even saying that? So I can get all upset after I hear about the results of it? Because now you're going to get me a little bit excited.
What seems to be his problem? What is his? I mean,
he loves to eat and sleep.
In horse racing, we like to say he has a serious case of the slows.
That's not good, right?
Well, Terry's going to continue to root against him because I told her the deal is that if he doesn't win anything by the end of the Emerald Down season, which is quickly approaching, Terry, this is only a second race of the Emerald Down season, but if he doesn't win anything this season, then he's yours, and I'm just giving him to you. And not forget about the $40,000 I paid for him at the sale. In total, I've dumped about $80,000 into this horse because he loves to eat.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And it really has been a wonderful tax write-off.
Yeah, when do they have the horse hot dog eating contest I see on Coney Island? That one we have a shot at.
He is a good eater. He is a good eater.
And he was also very good when he was just a baby Terry of jumping up in his stall and cracking his head open on the
Are you serious?
on the top, which Grant then decided to raise the roof of his stalls. How could it have been a case where he was capable of banging his head on the top of the stall there, Grant? Just since we're on the air, and I can ask you.
We might have a heck of a career as a show jumper when we're done with this race.
There you go.
Equestrian horse.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the sense that you think he's got a shot tonight.
I legitimately think we have a chance.
You're crazy.
I
You're
might
nuts.
Why is there
I
just
might be.
one other person?
He's shown absolutely no ability whatsoever. And here's Grant holding out whatever hope for whatever reason. I don't get it, but I can sense that he really believes this.
Right. No, I know. I do too. I mean, he's flying all the way back.
I have to get up early every morning and go in and look at this horse. So I've got to do something to pump myself up to get.
You wouldn't bet $1 on him, would you?
My money?
You wouldn't even bet $1 of your worst enemy's money on this horse, would you?
I never bet on my own horses.
That's
right. So that's my rule.
That's smart. You just bet on all the other traders' horses. Got a much better shot. Yeah. Oh, no. Grant's doing fine. I love Grant, Terry. And I'll be loyal. I'm a loyal guy, unlike Howard Trader Schultz.
Right.
Sells out the whole city. I won't even sell out Grant. What has he done for me? Nothing.
What has he brought to
But
the table?
he's got a good track record. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I will stick with him until the end of tonight. And And then we'll see
I
what
do appreciate your patience and loyalty very much. I very much do.
Wearing thin.
Is this going to be your last horse, or you?
No, I'm going to keep going. That's
Keep going
crazy.
until you find
That's
one.
right.
He's due. He's due for a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, there it is. And I knew before I even got busy in this whole idea of buying horses that it was a losing proposition. Just money that you're willing to just throw down a toilet.
Mm-hmm.
One of the worst things that can happen to an owner is to have a very good horse as their first one, because it ruins
luckily,
them.
we don't have that problem.
You're free and clear there.
right?
You're looking good on that angle.
Because I've had a few now, and I've won a couple of races, but nothing of any magnitude.
Right. I thought we were supposed to be, planning to go to the Kentucky Derby and all that stuff.
All of my horses have been disappointments, Terry. Yeah. So we don't have that situation where I've gotten raised expectations. Anything would be terrific.
So the next time you go to a sale, you go, yeah, that one will be another disappointment. Let's buy it.
How many horses are in tonight? 10 horses in this race. If you beats one horse, Terry, I'll feel good.
Good.
Can you make out a bet? I bet he beats one horse. What does that pay?
If I didn't have a baseball game, I'd be there tonight, but you lose out to hardball. So,
So are you going to be calling me on the cell phone to find out what's going on, or how are we working?
I already know. You can leave the message now.
Yeah, as soon as we hang up, just call him back.
Here's how the message would go. Hey, we got a little trouble getting out of the gate, and then once he got going, he was too far behind. He made a move around the backstretch, but then he kind of flattened out in the stretch, and we finished about 8th. All right, leave that message now, Greg.
Haven't you?
What was that?
A lot of those.
You've seen this horse.
You've seen this horse run before, haven't you?
Why don't you leave the message now? I'll listen to it at 8 o'clock.
I'm confident that we will see improvement this evening.
Improvement. Okay, you got 7th. Way to go.
Grant, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me on, and best of luck tonight. Let's see if we can't get a little lucky this evening.
Yes.
Praying right now.
If we get a little lucky, Terry, beat a horse.
Now, you don't talk this negatively to your horse, do you? He's probably got a complex.
That's
I won't be seen with that thing.
As far as he knows, it's a chance.
Maybe that's why he's having an issue.
What?
Where's Daddy? Where's my daddy? He doesn't love me anymore. Well,
he adopted him, paid for him.
He did.
It's not exactly the same kind of relationship as you're trying to make it seem, all right?
At least you've pet him before, haven't you?
I tried the pep talk angle. He doesn't seem to be having it.
Okay.
All right, so I thought maybe I'd let this one go on its own. Doesn't seem to be having it. So, doesn't seem to be having it. Seems to be the common theme. Anyway.
You win, we'll take you through the drive-thru.
Okay, save it for Benjamin. Anyhow. Or something tells me even if he doesn't win you, we go into the drive-thru.
Just trying to help you out with your horse.
What are you doing down in Cali there, Grant? What's going on down there?
I've got a horse in training down here. I just came down to watch her work out yesterday, and she's going to be running the first week of September.
How old is she?
She's a 3-year-old filly, unraced.
What's her name?
Her name is Not So Honorable.
Oh, wow.
Like her trainer.
Yeah, he's down there busy having another owner win.
Well, yeah, well, I'm looking to find some horses that maybe actually are worth betting on, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we can bet on her the first week of September. We'll be ready.
Where's she going to run?
Del Mar.
At Del Mar?
Yep.
All right.
I bet you I'm at Taco Del Mar later.
All right, ma'am.
Very good. Good luck tonight, my friend.
You're a good man.
Okay, thank
you. But a bad trainer. As far as my interest is concerned. Wow. He's a good trainer, too.
Yeah. That's what's frustrating. He's actually a pretty good trainer.
Yeah, that's really... He won the Longacres Mile last year. Won the biggest race of the Emerald Down season. And he came in second in the same race. He came in first and second.
Wow.
In the biggest race, $250,000 stakes race. What's this race tonight? $7,000. We'll come in last.
7,000.
Thanks a lot, Grant. Wacky Canadian.
Oh, God.
Always count on him for a laugh, though, too.
Oh, definitely.
Certainly got my money's worth there. Now, where's my change?
The T-Man.
Couple last minute text pages here, Terry. 9:27 and 21 seconds. Somebody writes, T-Man, I can almost understand you not accepting my sexual invite. You can almost understand that. But I don't understand you hanging up on me. Not okay.
Oh.
And then there's the opposite of the smiley face. What do you call that? The frown face?
The frowny, the sad,
Mm-hmm.
the angry.
Would you please take a pill?
Can't be rude to your biatches.
Man. Obviously, didn't get my text based about Jamba Juice yesterday. Man, so serious.
Oh, gee.
Chill out, baby.
You'll make it up to her later.
Not anymore. I don't need needy bitches like this guy.
Wow.
Screw you. You are definitely hang up on material. Let's see here. 9:25 and 36 seconds. Nice 21st place in the tournament I just read about online that you got, T-Man, with a $1,540 first prize. Whatever. 40 prize. Huh? All right. Thank you. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but thank you.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily excited about 21st place, but out of 256 people, it was reasonable. I wasn't dissatisfied, but I was the chip leader with 28 people to go, and then somebody, well, it's a long story. Anyway. To that person who thinks Emma is really hot, must be freaking turn. I want to be the jockey on the animal that runs around the track named Hot Shot.
Whoa, call that. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
If you don't call it back, you can get a frowny. Better call it back immediately.
I wonder if they make pot frownies.
Scott Van Pelt is a 40-year-old douchebag, T-Man. At least he admits that the only woman he could get is a peg-legged, one-armed she-man.
Whoa!
And F. Howard Schultz. Sounds like the guy who left that message to me hasn't been laid in 3 years. Actually, other text pages I won't be able to get to, I have to mention something very exciting, some very interesting news, and that is that Hotshot Scott and Stephen R. Kilbreth will be appearing live today. How gay is that together?
Live?
As a couple, kind of like Donnie and Marie, but different.
Wow.
Kind of like Sonny and Cher, but different. Yeah. Hotshot and Stephen Kilbreth as a package deal.
Ooh, package deal.
We'll be handcuffed together.
Today at the former South Center Mall, which is now what? The Westfield Mall?
At South Center, yeah.
Westfield Mall at South Center.
At South Center,
They don't call it the South Center Mall anymore?
Well, no, but everybody still does, but it's called Westfield.
Well, there'll be the Westfield Mall. There's going to be a tent set up outside the mall or what?
I think so, yeah, for the car toy sale.
No, just for you.
Big tent.
A tent set up outside of the Westfield Mall for the Car Toys Blowout Bonanza Blitz.
That's a huge sale. That's awesome.
3 to 5 today. Hopscotch Scott, Stephen R. Kilbreth.
And then more this weekend as well.
In the dunk tank.
Wow.
He'll be giving you advice on woofers.
3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
All right.
Perfect spot and a perfect end time for you to head down to the races.
That's right. A lot closer.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it is.
So,
and then 2 to 4 Friday, and then...
You know what? Don't confuse them, Stephen. Jeez.
Settle down.
We gave a good plug. People know where you're going to be. Now you're just going to dilute it and confuse them by saying other appearances that you're whoring yourself out for. Man, leave it alone.
It's the same one, is my point.
Let them go today. We'll worry about tomorrow.
Okay.
All right. Since you're so in need to tell them what other days you're going to be there.
So in need.
What other day are you going to be there, Stephen?
Well, Scott will be there Saturday, and I will be there tomorrow, 2 to 4.
It's all confused as to who's going to be there.
How is that confusing?
Wait a minute, what's happening?
2 to 4, 3 to 5, 3 to Saturday, Friday.
Forget it.
You're not coming now?
All right, Stephen.
No, I don't understand. Why? How is that confusing? Today from 3 to 5, tomorrow from 2 to 4. How is that confusing?
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I showed up at 2 and they weren't there, those bastards.
I will be there, too. They wanted us to be there an hour early, so.
You have to be there an hour early for what?
He will be.
They told us to be there an hour early.
What? Put your makeup on?
I'm not sure, yeah. Get ready for the
sound check,
probably.
that kind of thing, you know. Make sure the guitars work and the drums sound okay, you know.
All right, 3 to 5 today, 2 to 4 tomorrow, I guess. Who's going to be there 2 to 4 tomorrow?
Stephen Kilbreth.
Stephen Kilbreth, 2 to 4 tomorrow. Okay, then I don't have to give you a plug tomorrow now. I would have given you a plug tomorrow. Oh, jeez. But now we're plug-free. Sans plug tomorrow. Because you had to get it out today.
Well, I thought it was important information. I don't think it's that big of a deal. But
Stephen will be there again tomorrow from 2 to 4 at the same tent, on the same grounds of the Westfield Mall at South Center. And then Scott will be there when?
Saturday, 6 to 8.
Oh, this is
way too confusing. I like to wait till tomorrow.
And then, no, you guys are Stephen had to do it
wasn't
now.
my idea, but
Scott will be there Saturday from 6 to 8.
I don't think it's wrong to say that the Car Toys Ted sale goes all weekend long. I don't think that's that big of a deal.
You could have just said the Car Toys Ted sale goes on all weekend long. But
I don't know. Should I go today or tomorrow? I don't know. What am I going to do?
Throwing in all these appearances with all these different hours confuses people. Now you're going to get nobody. Well done.
It's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
All right. Ask Car Toys if they feel that way, that you get nobody now. Nice job.
I don't think they care.
Waste of an appearance. He finally gets an appearance, and he blows it already. Blows it before he even gets out of the gate. He's been waiting for an appearance for so long now. He gets one. He gets overzealous, and he blows it.
I don't think it's overzealous to talk about it until when we're going to be there.
All clear why you don't get him anymore.
All right. See Steven in his last live appearance. Today from, I can't remember the time.
Okay.
The T-Man.